So when you've got a pile of tourmaline like this, it's going to be made into gemstone beads. First of all, each one of these gemstones need to be inspected. A line is then drawn down the middle of the gemstone or wherever the gem is going to be faceted, and it's then taken behind us and then faceted into these rough gem shapes. Once each gemstone has been cut into the amount of pieces it needs to be, it's then time to shape the gemstones. These gentlemen are working on anything from a round to a pear shape, pretty much any cut imaginable. The next process is polishing and faceting, and this takes a huge amount of skill. It can take years for a lapidrist to be able to facet like this, and each one of the gemstones can take up to 10 minutes to cut. A really lengthy but incredible process. The next stage of the process is really interesting. This is where each one of the gemstones is drilled. And what Sanjay's doing here is putting a drill through faceted beads of black tourmaline. The next stage after drilling is then to get the gemstones sorted into their appropriate colours and sizes. This can be a really, really lengthy process. Once the gemstones are sorted into different colours and sizes, they're then arranged into these strands and made into strands like this. Now each one of these gemstones could have gone through a 30 to 40 minute process to arrive on a strand like this. It's really quite incredible. If there's one thing that my time in India has taught me, it's the hours of dedicated time that goes into making each one of the gemstones we sell on JewelleryMaker. Did you know that the JewelleryMaker phone number is free from a UK landline? Now you can spend those extra pennies on more shopping.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome, absolutely everybody, to a splendiferous day that we have today for you. It is going to be a right royal affair. My name is Rebecca Redican. I will be your host through this prestigious day, and I am joined by the wonderful Lady Janet Dwyer.
Hi, Bex.
All right, Bex. Hello, lovely. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Good, good,
yeah,
good.
I'm not good at being right royal.
I don't know.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, no, I reckon you did quite well then.
Do you reckon the Queen would say to you, are you, Bex? She probably wouldn't, would she?
No.
Not with the Brummie accent, maybe.
No, Babs, probably not. Probably not. We have got a really royal affair for you today, because I'm sure a lot of you will know, today in 1981, I want to say, Prince Charles and Diana did get married. So we're having a right royal affair today, which means we are going to have gemstones of really, really special prestige, royal gemstones, even gemstones that are present today in the crown jewels. So I've got lots and lots coming up for you. Jan, what are we going to be making on this right regal day?
Well, the kits, I've got to say, are amongst my favourite of all time.
Yeah.
You know, we've worked with lots of kits on JewelleryMaker, but they are brilliant. They're just lush. I mean, we've got cabochons, we've got wire, we've got headbands, we've got ruby, we've got pearls, we've got emeralds.
There's so much, isn't there? There is a lot of treats today.
Beautiful.
There truly, truly is. One thing that's very special as well is you do not have to be part of the royal family to be able to afford the kits today, because guess what? They're all under £40 for you today. So a real treat for everybody. And do feel free to text us in today. What's making you feel regal and royal today? Do you do anything that makes you feel a bit regal and royal?
Probably not, to be honest.
No.
Being here, obviously,
of course,
makes me feel rather special.
Of course it does. Do text us in today, or if you have any questions for lovely Jan herself, it's 60777. Start your text with the word JM Studio. I'm going to start off with something that is going to make us all absolutely weak at the knees, and I'll tell you for why. We haven't seen it in yonks. I mean donkey's years. It feels like months and months and months have passed, and do you know why? Because it has. It's back. The knotting tool. Have you got pearls? Have you been trying to knot pearls, just say with your you know, your crochet hook or your needle and your normal thread? Have you ever tried that and found out actually how hard it is to get that knot in exactly the right place with exactly the right thickness, so it doesn't slip through your pearls, so it's just butted up really close to it, so that it's not, you know, 2 or 3 mil away? If you do that on 1 or 2, it can make the whole bracelet or neckline piece that you've knotted look really out of kilter, really out of form. This knotting tool is going to make your life so simple and give you that precision. I have got pearls coming up for you today, and I tell you what, this is something you really do want to get your hands on. So if I show you the tool itself, super duper easy to use. You've got this section here which is your protector. You can just take that off, and what we'll do is you tie your threading material around here, and don't forget to knot your pearls. Yeah, we would say using things like your really super fine nylon, your Eslon, your pearl threading material, but we can knot any kind of fabric with this that we want to. It's not just about pearls, it's about getting that spacing in between your gemstones. All you have to do is wrap your cord around here, and then with this eye section here, you'll pull down the cord that you're working with, hold it tautly, and all you have to do is push this section up. So if I show you that from the side, so imagine you've got your knot here, you pull in this cord through here, and you just push it up, and what that does is it pushes that knot off the end, giving you that purchase point for you to get it right up to that gemstone, right up to that pearl that you're working with. This is a really important tool to add to our collection, isn't it, Jan?
You're not joking. It's that was a joke.
Oh, sorry.
You're not joking.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That was even worse than my usual joke.
Sorry.
So I didn't catch on.
Never mind. We'll try harder next time. No, it's a brilliant tool. It's perfect, and it's one that I use all the time.
And in fact, you've got one set up there, haven't you? I
have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to come and have a look at how you're doing this. Lots of you are coming and getting this. I need to make you aware of something that is backed by popular demand, and it is something that is very important for us to get our hands on. It does save us time, it saves us effort, and it makes life so much easier for us. Your price point today for your knotting tool is backed by popular demand. Just £8.95, and Jan is going to do us a demo on this right here, right now. So treat yourself to this whilst you can. Treat yourself to it. Get your hands on it now. Guess what? I've got less than 100 at this moment in time. It's backed by popular demand, but that's all I've managed to get my hands on. Now, Jan has got herself one here, which is exactly the same principle as this one in my hand, isn't it?
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
It's exactly the same. So this is exactly how we use it. You've got to come in quick if you want to get your hands on this. I've got so many regal treats for you today, so do come in and get involved. You've just used normal gemstones, which you can with this, can't you?
For the purpose of the demo, I've just used normal gemstones, but it just shows you that if you've got, I think the pink and the purple look great together. So for me, you know, that's something that I would do.
Yeah.
So I would recommend that you thread on all your pearls, all your beads, or gemstones, whatever you're going to do, onto your cord, and then start knotting. I'll put one on now just to start. And then all we're going to do is, in this section here, we've made one there already. So take your 2 beads, make a knot, overhand knot, simple overhand knot, and you've got those, just there.
I see.
And then all we're going to do is take the little spiky end, pop it through that knot, there, and then pull that, so it goes close to the knot there. Can you see that?
I see.
There.
Yep.
Next to the knot. And then when that's tight close to, next to the knot, what I do is pull it over to this little groove that you've got there, hold that, and then push, and that'll pull that off. And you've got that knot
How
right close next to it.
It's right close next to it, which is perfect.
Really easy to do.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you're doing it, I mean, that's how it's going to look then. It's going to look really neat and uniform.
Yeah.
And if you're doing, excuse me, you're doing a full necklace, you know, it's going to save you a lot of time.
It really is, isn't it? It's going to save you a lot of time, and I've got to say, if we've done it before with, say, a crochet hook, and you've knotted it around and you've taken to pull it really closely, sometimes it can be a mil or 2 or 3 mil out of the way, can't it?
And it's really frustrating.
Exactly. Oh, hello, Han, how are you? I have gifts. Gifts?
One for you as well.
One for you. Yeah. You You do realise it's a regal day today?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, do we see the Queen wearing this sort
She's
of thing?
actually got one on now.
Oh, has
Yeah,
she?
she just rang and was like,
Has
hi
she?
guys.
This is
Great
Pip,
show.
this is the gentleman who makes all of our kits, and this is Hannah. So, why are we wearing these today?
Because we are being informative. Not very subtly.
No.
We're not starting some sort of weird JewelleryMaker football team.
No.
We are doing 76. 76.
Channel 76 on Freeview, you need to be turning over to.
We need to be putting them on. Put them on.
Okay.
Come on.
Put them on. I can't now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll hit my microphone.
It's okay.
I promise I will put them on, I promise. Can I just sort of lounge it like a cape at the moment?
Yeah.
That's nice.
And as
that
soon as I
look
finish my
good?
demo, I'll put mine on. Promise?
Yeah, we promise. We promise. You can watch from upstairs. Thank you, ladies and gents. How you can't get much more regal than this, can you? I mean, come on. Okie pokely. Well done, everybody who's getting their hands on this. If we do see you do that one more knot, just for the last people. Kerry's got one as well. Oh, she looks chuffed as beans to be wearing that.
So like I say, you just do the overhand knot, put your beads or your pearls through, so you've got that little loop. Put that onto the spike, and then pull that really closely to the bead that you want to knot up against. And then when you're there, what I tend to do then is just pull it across to that little notch that you've got there, and pull this, and pull it against there. Give that a bit of a really good squeeze, and there you go.
How perfect
Oops,
is
sorry.
that? That
There.
is just bang on, isn't it? It's right in the perfect place. Only 30 left, loads in baskets. Come on in and get them whilst you can. And I tell you what, are you thinking, all I need now is loads of different pearls. I've got them here as part of your challenge, Jan. Now, this is a brand spanking new strand for you. And as I place this up and around my neck, I could be the queen now,
You could.
couldn't I?
Now we're talking royalty, yeah.
Now, this is regal. This is royal. Look at that. Oh, sorry, please do excuse my gorgeous chain underneath, which is just catching the light beautifully. Keep your eyes peeled. This is the biggest strand I have ever seen of genuine freshwater pearls. These aren't shell pearl, these are the real deal. You can tell they're the real deal just by looking at them, by that pearl essence. But also a good way to test this, if you rub them together, you can feel grittiness, which you can't on things like shell pearl. These, ladies and gentlemen, are luxury size and more. We say here at JewelleryMaker, in general and in the trade, that a luxury size pearl is around that of 9 mil. Have you seen the size of these? Up to a 17 by 12. This has to be the most luxurious size we have ever had on here before at JewelleryMaker. Have you ever seen anything like this, Jan?
They're lush, aren't they? The size of them is just, they're just beautiful.
Aren't
I
they?
just want to stare at them and caress them.
Aren't they? Keep your hands to yourself, Jan. They are spectacular, aren't they? Now, when we're talking about luxury size pearl, if you think about this, some of these started formation around 17 years ago. 17 years ago! That is astonishing. Kerry, what were you doing 17 years ago, my love?
Don't know. At school?
You were at school. Were you at high school?
No.
No.
I was about. How old am I now?
How old am I now? She's gone, I was about, how old am I now?
7.
You were about 7. 17 years ago. It's a really, really long time, isn't it? And when you think that these have started their formation then, that is
Phenomenal.
astonishing, isn't it?
It is. When you think about it in that way, and just beautiful, just absolutely beautiful.
They are spectacular. Aren't they just wonderful? Lots of you treating yourself, coming in for these ones. I tell you what, if you want a serious luxury size strand, then you've got it here. And this would be perfect with the pearls knotted in between, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
With the
that'd look
knotting
great.
material in between.
That is just be a classic design, wouldn't it? Just
Yeah.
to knot them
Yeah.
perfect.
And don't forget, with pieces like this, because they are so luxurious, because it's unlike anything I personally have ever seen here at JewelleryMaker before, you know, you with the knotting, you are going to get that opportunity to have that beautiful spacing, to have that fluidity, and also to have that kind of movement to a strand. And also, because they are so luxurious, don't get me wrong, you know, this is a seriously luxury strand. We can see that, as we say, once you get to an 8 mil, for every half mil over 8 mil, so an 8.5, for every half mil, an 8.5, 9, 9.5, etc., goes up in the trade by around about 10%, keeps going up in the trade. So obviously, you know, the trade buying them, selling them on, there's about a 50% increase around on top of that. So of course this is a luxury strand, and because it is a luxury, and because it is a very, very high-end strand, possibly the highest end one I've personally seen here at JewelleryMaker, you want to be careful when you're knotting in between that you're not going to, you know, accidentally catch it and every single one's going to fall off, which is what we avoid with the knotting. If you do catch it on anything, because of the knotting, the way you've used the tool, you know, you're only going to be losing one of these luxury pearls. It is a luxury strand, it is a high-end strand. That's why your price point today, that is a shocker.
Yeah. I was thinking double, if not more than that.
Yes, at JewelleryMaker prices.
Yeah.
Me too. Not £17.95. £17.95 is the type of price point I might expect to see you know, a 9mm for.
Yeah. From me,
not a 17 by 12.
£40, 40 plus.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. And I wouldn't hesitate at that price.
No chance.
And at that price, I wouldn't hesitate to multiply.
No, absolutely. And a lot of people are taking that on board and getting themselves a couple of these. It is special when we've got something like this of this size, isn't it? And I know that you price things differently with the luxury sizes, don't you?
I mean, for me, when you're looking at that sort of size and you're knotting them, I'm looking up towards £170, £180.
Yeah, for the large
and
ones.
that's quite conservative, because if you go to a jeweller's and look at pearls of this size, then, you know, you're talking way above that.
Yeah, because this is one of those strands that has been created for the love and the joy and for the connoisseurs, because at the end of the day, it would be a lot easier, really, for someone to just you know, collect these earlier on, not spend 17 years waiting for them and caring for them and looking after them so that they get to this size. It would be a lot easier for someone to just go, oh, they're a 7mm now, that's all right, and stop it there. But no, 17 years approximately in the making, every single one of these pearls is. Okay, loads of you coming in and getting them. Fleur, check out please. Diane, check out. Patricia, check out. Lorraine, Julie, Sonia, and all the rest of you. Linda as well, do check out for me whilst you get the opportunity to do so. I've only got 27 of these left, and it is a challenge. Well, it's said to be a challenge for Jan. Have you had this strand?
No.
Not yet.
Oh.
Enjoy.
Wow.
How very regal of you.
Yes, sorry.
Okay, well done everyone, that's about to sell out. I've got a second challenge for Jan, because that was just far too easy for us to give to Jan. We are going to give her another challenge. Now, if you're unsure as to exactly what a challenge is, it's when we give sometimes just one strand, sometimes a gorgeous collection of strands like this to our guest designer. We give them a few hours, and then in 4 hours time at the end of the show, they get to show us exactly what they've created. And I tell you what, these are fab. Beautiful pearls, and I tell you what they are, aren't they? Look at this. Pink. 9 by 3 on this today. 9 by 8, sorry, on this one today, with that beautiful pink tone. It's got a really nice grown-up pink, hasn't it? Almost a little touch of the lavenders, actually. I can definitely see the hints and tones and swifts of blue in there, can you? I can see those hints of tone and colour in there that are kind of popping it slightly more towards the kind of mother of the bride, bridesmaids colours. Really pretty on those ones. And then I've got your top drilled pearls in these stunning, almost Keshi-like look. Can we knot things like this as well, Jan?
Of course you can, yeah.
And what kind of look does that give us?
Excuse me. And because it separates them out, and because they sort of, when they're on the strand, they sort of tessellate together, don't they? So you just get a really interesting effect. You know, I mean, and that's the thing with knotting these pearls, you get a really classic effect. With those, I'd probably put some coloured thread and get a really sort of more contemporary look with them.
Yeah.
Really beautiful.
Maybe you're watching us for the first time. If you are today, hello, it's really nice to meet you. My name is Becky. It's lovely to see you today. I just want to show you with, for example, let's do it with the pink pearls. Just want to show you that this is a genuine freshwater pearl. It's not, you know, made in a factory or anything. It's made by Mother Nature in a mollusk. And if I touch this at the back, this is the length of a necklace for me. Do excuse that gorgeous chain I've got on underneath, just catching the light. But 11 o'clock, that's coming up at. Yeah, but this is touching at the back. So for me, that is a sensational length for a necklace. Obviously, if you're knotting in between here, you're going to be using less pearls. So you've got some left over if you want to make a longer piece, or if you want to make earrings or a ring to go alongside it. But these are the real deal. Now, how much would you expect a genuine pearl necklace to be? depending on where you bought it, obviously it would change, wouldn't it? I'm about to bring you 2 strands. Both of these are real deal pearls. They're just coming in different shape, and that's up to Mother Nature, the way she creates them. I'm bringing it at a spectacular price point. Beautiful pearls, the pair today, £11.95. That means they're working out just under £6 per strand.
That's crazy.
That is astonishing, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful pearls. What would you recommend to knot them with? Good question. We'll ask Jan.
If you can get the pearl knotting thread that we get, but I know it sells really quickly. But other than that, I use Eslon. We've got a very fine Eslon now at the moment, but if you've got the thicker version, you can split it. So it will split, so use that. That's perfect for
Use it because it's perfect for it. I hope that helps you. This is just spectacular, isn't it? I mean, a really, really beautiful effect. A really, really stunning effect together. What are your ideas with these for your challenge, please?
Oh, I don't know. They're just beautiful. I just want to eat them. But I think a bracelet. I think with the, but those look really pretty as a bracelet, don't they? So I'm going to do a bracelet. I'm going to do something classic with the larger ones.
Yeah.
And then perhaps something a little bit more contemporary with the pink ones.
Yeah.
I don't know until I start playing with them, to be honest.
Can we do something that Liz herself will be proud to wear?
Yes, we shall do that.
Yes.
Mom.
Yes, Mom.
I might do a ring as well.
Good idea. 29th of July 1981 was my 21st birthday. Oh, wow. Really? Oh, well, happy birthday for today to you. Happy birthday. Blimey. That day, you know, I remember sort of, you know, seeing all the footage from it, obviously, after. And, you know, 600,000 people were on the walk up to the in London. It's amazing, that, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
Astonishing. Happy birthday to you, lovely lady. I hope you have a fab day and you really treat yourself. Don't forget, it is a right royal occasion today, and we've got so many treats coming up for you. This is just a selection, and I'm going to leave those with you for your challenge.
Thank you.
I'll be back. Sounded like Arnie then, didn't I?
I'm going to put my t-shirt on then.
I'll be popping this on in a bit. I don't want to hit my mic though. What if I just held it like this? Kerry's rocking it enough for all of us. Working it, Kerry. Okie pokely, where to did you say, lovely? Mixed gemstones. Ruby, emerald and sapphire. Oh my. Possibly the most sensational selection of colours we have here. You've got some of the most beautiful and well-known gems in the world. 3 of your big 4 I've got here. I've got your rubies, I've got your emeralds, and I've got the sapphires in here. The sapphires, of course, starting off with the yellow. A lot of people don't actually know that sapphires do come in a full range of lovely colours. A lot of people will just know the kind of archetypal blues, which we do have in here. Those kind of Persian blues, referred to as Persian blues quite a lot of the time for reasons that back in the ancient times, the Persians did used to believe that the sky was blue because the earth rested on a disc of sapphire. So we do know those blues. We do know those blue tones, those blue colours, but it does also come in a really beautiful yellow tone, as you can see there. Got a really nice colour range on here, I've got to say, a really beautiful effect that will go great with lots of different tones. You know, it will work well with things like your Labradorite, which is just spangling and almost shows off some of those colours. It will go really well with very, very special. And it'll even go with the more muted tones. Chrysocola on for you today, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, come on. Chrysocola up for you today, and doesn't that just go spectacularly well with it? I also have a gemstone that many were banned from wearing coming up for you later. Many were banned for wearing it for many, many years coming up later. A gemstone that will go spectacularly with this as well. Ruby, emerald and sapphire, 35 carats worth we've got. It's regal, it's royal, it's yours today. For just £17.95. Now, you, ladies and gentlemen at home who are watching, who are enjoying the show today, We would not normally expect that price point, would we? This is real deal. I don't want anyone to be watching now and going, oh, it's $17.95, and therefore it can't be the real deal, because I've seen emerald rings, you know, thousands of pounds. I've seen ruby rings, thousands of pounds. I've stud emerald and sapphire earrings for thousands of pounds. How are we getting an entire strand for that price? Well, it's true. They are the real deal. They're from Mother Nature. They're natural in their appearance as well, and lovely. Wow, blimes. No, awesome. I love that. I say lovely and you go, Jan? No. And yeah, no, the reason is we just have amazing kind of relationships with these organisers and with the mine owners, and we cut out the middlemen time and time again. That's completely and absolutely all it is. It's real deal ruby, real deal emerald, real deal sapphire, but we've just taken it to this amazing price point because we do cut out the middleman. We don't, you know, go through a broker to then speak to a mine manager, to then speak to the mine owner, to then get a deal from them that they then pass back through the route, those two people again, in which we then have to barter down on the price, and then you have to sort out the shipping through another company, and then we have to sort out getting 2 or 3 other companies, as many places do, to get all the paperwork and the certification done and all of the authenticity checks done upon it, to then, you know, check if it needs any treatments or anything else, and then to get sent from treatments and from shaping all the way back to us. No, we go to the mine owner, we say what we fancy, they give us the price, we check it ourselves, we ship it ourselves, it's done and dusted. And that's why we're cutting out the middleman. Well, we're cutting out numerous middlemen. £17.95. Well done, everyone. It's the real deal, emerald, sapphire and ruby. For that price, it's fab, isn't it, really? Well done, all. Let's go royal with some crowns now, shall we? Have you ever been to see the Queen?
Not to a house.
No.
Well, I have, but she wasn't there.
She wasn't there, no.
No, she knew I was coming. And
Flag down, was it? Got you.
I'd like to have tea with her though, that'd be nice.
I've had tea with the Queen.
Have you?
Well, I've been to a garden party, I've met her.
Was that exciting?
Yeah, it was. It was a good day. Yeah, it was a very good day.
Did you have to do the...
Yeah.
The bob?
Yeah, the bob. Yeah. Yeah. Ma'am like ham, not like jam. Forgotten now. Yeah, they say to you, you can't say, it's not ma'am, it's ma'am.
Ma'am.
Ma'am like ham.
Right.
Yeah, that's what you have to say. Ma'am like ham.
Right.
Yeah, did a little bob. All right, ma'am, I said. I didn't really.
Did you get her from Bex?
All right, no, Bex, she said. There is a code missing, a letter missing, sorry, in the code. It's F for Foxtrot for you there, so if you could just make a note of that, it's F for Foxtrot. And these, I think the Queen herself will be absolutely thrilled with. Crowns. Aren't they just gorgeous? Ooh. Aren't they? Look at them. These are just spectacular, and guess what? They're £9.25 as well. I love the crowns. I love the look of these, and look, they're not just flat. If I show you from the side, can you see they're 3D? They're domed. Those are just beautiful, and guess what? They're not just there for show. They could just be a really pretty charm, but actually they are a toggle clasp, and I love how on the toggle clasp we've even got that kind of regal and royal effect at the end with that beautiful dome section. Look at those together. What do you think of these, Jan?
They're beautiful, aren't they?
Aren't they fab?
They're just great, and they just add that that lovely, elegant finishing touch, don't they? It's really unusual, and that's the thing. The finishing of your jewellery is really, really important.
Yes.
And to have something that's a bit different to the norm is what you want to set you apart from other people, and they're just beautiful, really lovely.
It's just fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
If
really
you want to feel a little bit of a princess, a little bit of a queen, then I tell you what, this is the right place to be. Tell you why. It's £9.25. It's the real deal. It's a gorgeous shape to it. Your price point today is not £12.95. It could be for 3. We've got a big carat weight here, as you can see. It's at the bottom of your screen. Big carat weight here for you. But no, actually, £9.95 for all of that gram weight in here, all of that 925 sterling silver, and the toggle clasp is something that we need to use, we love to use. And when you've got details like this, you know, just adding it really simply to say a little pearl bracelet or the back of a pearl necklace, you know, you've got yourself something that's very fluid, something that's very in style, something that's very in vogue, and something truly, truly beautiful. You get the light shining through in these aspects, you get all these elements and areas. Hello everybody, it's coming through for these. Lovely to see you all. Just to reiterate again that the letter that's missing is F, and also reminding you to retune. If you're watching on channel 30 on Freeview, we won't be here forever. We're moving on up. So please do turn over your channel when you get the opportunity to. You can do it in the break, don't worry, no massive rush, but do it today whilst you get the opportunity to do so. Would look great with a red, white and blue piece of jewellery. Hazel, adore that idea. That would look fab, wouldn't it?
It'd be great. It's just a pendant as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
Just perfect.
Just
Or
on a
earrings.
piece of chain.
Yeah.
Like this.
It'd look really pretty.
wouldn't it? You could do a set, couldn't you? Could you? You could do a necklace, bracelet, couldn't you? That'd be really pretty. Cufflinks.
Yeah.
What can Jan recommend to thread the split Eslon or the thinner thread with? Sorry, hubby, just woke me with my coffee. Many thanks, and that's Linda. Good question.
What to use to actually thread the cords through? Either you can get the pearl beading needles that we have on sometimes, but again they do sort of fly out.
Yeah.
But what you can do, what I tend to do if I use Eslon, put a little bit of nail varnish on the end of it, and just to make that point, let it dry and use that as a needle. So that then holds the fibres together and makes it easier to thread through.
Really easy to thread through, isn't it? Yeah.
So that's what I would do.
Fab, isn't it? EURF for Foxtrot. 21 for you today. £9.95 for you. Well done out, see everybody. Right, I'm scooting. Because I've got loads to get in for you today. I've got that banned gemstone, the gemstone that was banned. I've got for you one of the rarest gemstones in the world, the gemstone that, in fact, I hardly ever get to show you. I've got a brand new quartz, which I've never brought to you before. And I've got Lady Janet Dwyer. Join us all that morning.
Hello, Lady Baxter.
Good morning, Jan. How are you, lovely?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. This made you feel a bit regal, didn't it?
Oh, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. All three kits today. As soon as I opened them, I just wanted to get at them. They were just great. You know, you get that. You want to do that to them. You know, when you see a baby and you want to do that to the cheeks. That's how I felt. Oh, it's getting weird now, so we'll just move on.
Let's stop whilst we can. Tell us about your inspiration with this, please.
Wow, because it was sort of a royal show, obviously I wanted to do things that were sort of elegant and hopefully royal. And the gemstones are just beautiful. I was blown away by these cabs.
Stunning, aren't they?
And this is what I've got left.
Loads.
I've got loads and I've got lots of wire left and I've got lots of gemstones left.
Loads, isn't it?
Yeah, they're just beautiful.
Look at it. And as I'm moving them, faceted.
Yeah, that's stunning, aren't they?
We hardly see iolite anymore, let alone in pieces like this. Iolite, if you're unaware, is, oh my gosh, it is one of the most exciting gems, I personally believe. It changes colour depending on the light source, depending on light direction. And it changes in its look and in its appeal depending on the direction in which the light translates through. And actually, in ancient times when we were, discovering new land and on searches for new places, it was said that the Vikings actually used to use this gem as a way of organising them and directing them. So what it was said was that they would put a piece of it on the deck of their ship, and they would be able to work out what direction they were going in by which colours were shining through. So if there was the deeper, kind of rich, deep deep sapphire blues coming through, they'd know they were going one direction. If you got more of the hinks of pink coming through, which you do in this, they could tell they were going in another direction. They used to use that alongside a crow or a raven. They used to send a crow or a raven up, using this to direct and using the crow or the raven to do distance. So obviously if the crow or the raven came back, they knew there was no land anywhere nearby. So using those two things together, you know, to help direct, and that's due to the power of this gem.
Stunning.
Stunning, isn't it?
Absolutely stunning.
And you get loads. Look at the amount.
I was so excited. It was a bit sad really, but I was so excited.
You got, it's not sad. In fact, can I place them down? Do you mind? Just because if I place them down on your mat here, Jan, just because I want to show how many we've got, and I just can't show it right now, to be honest. There's a huge amount. I mean, I'm still taking all of these out. There is a mammoth amount. There really is. I mean, look at the amount I've got there in front of you. That's in front of Jan. We've got so many pieces. You've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 I've got here. But it is, of course, done on carat weight. It's 290 carats worth there. And if I show you them like this, you'll be able to see different sizes, different shapes, all of them faceted. A big, big, big amount of them there for you. A huge amount. And all beautifully faceted, all really, really sparkling, all spangly. Just sensational amount you've got there. So I've got all of those. I've got the necklace bands too.
Not had these before.
These are fab, aren't they?
They're amazing. They're really lovely. And I'm not a small person, so for me sometimes I don't wear bands like this because they don't fit me, to be honest with you.
No.
These were great. I mean, I tried all of these out, prancing around the house, and they're perfect for me. So you know, if you are a bit bigger than the norm, then they're great.
They are fab, aren't they? And they
Fabulous.
do have that lock at the back. If you've not seen these before, they are open. I've just slipped one on there, but you can see they do have this little lock at the back. You simply pop it in and let it go. That's it. So when you want to undo it, it's just a matter of pushing together. No fiddly clasps or bits to do. It's just pop it in and you're done. So I've got 5 of those in that gold. They've got a beautiful dome to them. They're not just flat pieces of metal. They've got a lovely dome to them, which is fab. Speaking of the golden tone of metal, look at these hearts.
Oh.
They're just gorgeous, aren't they? I love when we have in our hematite, and with this golden colour, it just works so well. I mean, with it alongside those necklace bands and all this wire, of course, of which I've got a 1mm, a 0.6mm and a 0.4mm, all talking about the different gauges. What a great workable selection we've got here. We've got your structural, we've got your weaving, and we've got one great for your clasps, your bindings, your earring wires, whatever it might be. I've got a message in. Hiya, Polly. Hi, girls. Jan, I just love the simplicity yet effectiveness of your cab wrapping.
Oh,
they look
thanks,
stunning.
Lily.
That's lovely.
And I think that's the thing, because the gemstones are so beautiful. This is my style. It is simplicity, but you know, for me, I didn't want to cover them too much. No. They're just gorgeous.
They are fab, aren't they? And don't forget, you're getting approximately 12 of those cabochons, but it will be different for every person. I've got absolutely loads of these here for you to have fun with. I really do. I'm going to get your price point in, though. This is your beautiful collection of regal pieces.
Oh, see.
£34.95 for you today. I told you all of our kits would be under 40. I didn't tell you one was going to be under 34. No, under 35 though, did I? £34.95. And look, this is your amount of cabs. I just can't get them all out for you to look at. There's absolutely loads in there, sparkling, spangling away. And they are so large that you are going to be able to see that colour change and kind of capability and possibility as you walk around with these and see them in different lights. They are going to give you different shades, different lightnesses, different saturations in different areas. I think they are just phenomenal, and so do you lot at home. What a gorgeous kit this is.
It's amazing. And
Isn't
that
it?
price, I mean, for me, I was actually sat and when I'd made these, I sort of put them out on the bus as they are now at home and looked at them and thought, yeah, for me, this is the sort of jewellery that I would be making and putting in my outlet, and I would be charging more than that for one piece.
Yeah.
You know, this piece here with the hearts on them, that's got to be £40. That'd be £40 plus.
Oh yeah, easily.
For me, you know, so for me, I was looking at it thinking, actually, it's a profit maker if you make to sell.
Yeah.
but it's just a beautiful kit if you're sort of planning for gifts and things.
Yeah, if you just want to wear something nice, if you just want to make something for someone, because I think these are very high fashion pieces. I can imagine someone in their 20s, 30s, 40s wearing these. You know, it spans a big age group, doesn't it?
I mean, I'd wear them, and I'm beyond that.
Yeah, why beyond that?
But I would wear them, you know, so it does cover all ages,
Doesn't
I
it?
think.
It really does, because I'd wear them as well, definitely. I think they're beautiful. Well done, everybody. And I just wanted to see as well, I wonder how much these work out approximately per component. If I take that, I've got 12 cabs, because when you buy cabochons, generally you'd buy them as a pack of one in shops. So 12 cabs, I've got 13, 14, 15 with the wires, 16, 17 with the strands, and I'm going to count, if I may, all 5 of these as just one piece. So I've got 18 pieces there, and that's counting all of these as just one. So £1.94. £1.94 for a massive iolite cap. £1.94 for a genuine strand of real deal pearls. £1.94 for all 5 of these metal high shine class connector neck bands. It's amazing.
Doesn't make sense, does it?
No,
But I mean,
really
it's
doesn't.
great. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is. I want this kit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
And we are going to be learning a technique from it today. Which one are we going to look
We
at?
are. We're going to go with the one next to it. That one there. Because excuse me.
Oh, good.
Because
what a
it's
really nice way of capturing it.
Well, it's as I said earlier, you know, it's a really simple way of doing it, and really, if people are not sort of experiencing my work, I just wanted to show something simple to show that, you know, with these beautiful caps, you can get a really beautiful effect with just minimal effort, really.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm all
minimal
about.
effort. Just to let you know, 39 left, but loads in baskets. Do get them out and check them out. When you click buy now, it just means you like it, and then say that you do want to check it out to be sure it's yours. And what we'll say is newbies can get involved with this today. You get a free DVD and booklet, and also you'll be able to do this technique. So get it home, watch us back on YouTube, and you can make this.
Now for this, it's minimal tools, and it's really, really easy. So I'm using the 1mm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a length of the 1mm, about an arm's length. You know, it depends how much you want excess really to wrap around the band. But for me, that sort of length was enough. I don't know how you're good with measurements. What is it?
Approximately 49 centimetres.
Approximately. Look at you. I'm terrible with terrible. So all we're going to do is take the centre point of the wire, and we're going to wrap that across this section here. So this is going to actually stop the gemstone from slipping down. So what I do, hold that in your hand, and then hold it on the wire, and then wrap that around the back there, and then turn it around just so that it's easier for you, and then wrap that around the back there. So now you can see that's wrapped across the back there.
I see.
Okie doke. And then what we're going to do is with this one here, holding that in place all the time at the back, I'm just going to take the wire and wrap that around in that formation there, and then that can then go across the back to meet this one. So if you look, it's gone across the back, and now we've got 2 here on this side. So then holding that in place all the time, holding your finger on the back, you've now got 2 here together. So what I'm going to do is wrap those 2. Sorry, it's a bit awkward with the angle to try and keep it so you can see it there. It's not as fluid as I'd want, so I can straighten those out a little bit and wrap that around. There. I'm just trying to get that fluid shape. So now we've got that shape there. So you can bring those at the back. If I turn it over, there. So now one of them is going to come up here, now across there, and one of them is going to come up here. And now what we're going to do, because we've got 2 on that side, I want to mirror that on this side. So I'm going to use that to wrap around there. And this one here that we've got at the side, that can wrap around here. Just take a bit of time. I've actually overlapped those, so you don't want to overlap them. There we go. And wrap that across the front. I haven't actually got enough to sort of finish off with this one, but so use a longer piece than I did. So ignore everything I said earlier. So there. So now we've got that. So what I would do is with the extra wire that we've got here, would come up here, and I'd use that to wrap around the necklace piece. And here I should have an extra long piece of wire there, which would come up here. So you've got that shape. It's a bit loose at the minute, but we're going to tie it all together. So you would have 2 pieces there, which I just simply wrapped around the band. And then all I did is where they all cross over, I took some 0.4 and wrapped it around. And when you do that, it sort of pulls everything in together. And then when it's sort of, before you do that, just tie everything together, tighten it all up. Sorry, I've not showed you very well, but that's the crux of it. So that's the actual shape of it, and when it's all tied together, all these will actually come together. So you wrap it around this section here, and then this section, if I can just use one of the bands, show you. So if you've got 2 of them, all I did is held that in there, and all you simply need to do is just do that, and do the same on the other side, and that was it. That's how you do it. Obviously you do it a bit neater than me, spend a bit more time, but that's the crux of it.
It's fab that that's been done so quickly, so effortlessly, and look how stunning it appears. Absolutely stunning jewellery, Jan, beautiful. And that is from Tracy in gorgeous Lancaster.
Thank you, Tracy.
Oh, I used to live near Lancaster. I love that ring, says Debbie. Right. Wow, such a simple yet effective way to wrap a cab notes, Michelle.
Yeah, and
Absolutely
actually
agree.
what I did with that is I did the basic ring around the mandrel, and then we sort of do the little rose. You know, people have made the rose shape.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I actually glued the cabochon onto that rose, let it dry for a few hours, and then did that, because that allows you then to do minimal wrapping. But that wrapping will hold it in place. But it just gives you the added security of having that little tiny bit of the jewellery cement to hold it in place.
It's fab, that, isn't it? Absolutely adore that. Oh, hello, Angelique. How are you? She says, hiya, Becky, Jan and JM. Becky, my favourite presenter. Lovely to see you today. Bless you, it's lovely to hear from you, sweets. Lovely designs, Jan, fab deals and great prices as always, JM. Thank you all at JM. Angelique, that's so lovely for you. Thank you so much for that. It's nice to have lovely messages. I hope your day is sensational, and we're going to put lots of smiles on your faces today. I'm going to head over now to see what you've been creating in our Wall of Fame. Hello, Wall of Famers. Welcome over here to some beautiful pieces, really different ones today. Jan's going to start off.
That's so pretty.
Isn't that lush?
This is 183, and I'm going to actually hold it up because the metal bit on that covers everything. And this is from Alana, and Alana says, hello all, and it's handwritten note as well, which we don't get very often.
No, we do, it's nice.
Nice. This is a beautiful necklace and earring set made from JM multicoloured sunstone and rose gold plated copper jump rings. It's just for me, she says, and a smiley face. That's from Alana. That is beautiful.
Thank you for sending that in, Alana.
Gorgeous.
Good. It's nice to make something just for yourself.
It
and
is.
That's a special piece.
Yes. Well
this
done.
is gorgeous, and I think, is this a wedding invitation or something? 184 says, hi all. This is my first attempt at jewellery making. It's a necklace, earrings and brooch that I made for my nephew's wedding last weekend. They are made with Caribbean breeze pearls and silver findings. The photo doesn't show the lovely colour of the pearls. I hope you like them. I keep buying but not making. Here's to more inspiration from you and all the guest designers, and that is from Bridget. Bridget, thank you for sending that in to us. I can't believe it's the first thing you've made, and
How beautiful it
is exceptional. I hope the wedding day was fantastic, and keep on making. Just keep watching some of the demos and just push yourself to try now and again. Doesn't matter if it goes wrong. Just keep trying. Love that design. Well done to you. 184 is your number.
This is 185. Look at that for a collection. 4. That's great. And this is from Lynn. And Lynn says, this is my entry to this week's Wall of Fame. I bought these keys from you a couple of weeks ago, but didn't really know what to do with them. I looked at them for a while, then had this idea of turning them into key rings. Perfect. So I added a key ring from my Everest size stash, added some gems and 1 or 2 other items from same aforementioned stash. And before I knew what was happening, I'd sold 5 of them in 2 days.
Wow.
Now all I need is to get my hands on some more keys, please, and that's good luck to all the woofers. Very best wishes, and that's from Lynn. Lynn, that's a great idea.
Hello, Lynn again. Lynn's always sending in lovely pieces. What a fab idea. I'm not surprised things like that sell out quickly. Because they're for everyone, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Well done to you, I love that. 186 is this. How professional. How professional. Dear JM, this week it is a banded agate cabochon wrapped with wire, raw copper wire. I have resisted the urge to polish the wire to within an inch of its life, and I'm really pleased with the finished piece, although it could be neater. Many thanks for the great show, and that is from Michelle. Rathbone. Thank you so much for sending that in. I think it looks stunning.
That is stunning.
And you've got to get that beautiful tarnished look as well, which is going to be fab. 186. Good luck to you.
This is 187. Look at this. This is really lovely.
Love that.
And this is from Isabel in Harrow. And Isabel says, "Hi JM, my entry this week," sorry, I'll do it that way, the Wall of Fame, is a forest jasper pendant. I bought this gemstone 2 years ago. For a long time I just looked at it. Had several attempts at wire wrapping it until I was happy with the results. Hope you like it, and that's from Izzy. Izzy, that is beautiful.
Love that. It faintly reminds me of the moon you did.
Yes, yeah.
Doesn't it?
It does. That is
the moon
beautiful.
and the star the other week. Love
Love
that.
that,
Well
yeah.
done. Okie pokely, we continue this right royal affair. After the break, I have got for you something that I've never had the privilege to bring to you before. It is your Rhyolite quartz. Coming up for you in a few moments. See you then.
Join our guest designer Mark Smith on his Makes for Men DVD. You'll experience many different techniques specifically designed for creating men's jewellery. This DVD will cover how to make a slip knot, railroad bracelet, metal with leather techniques, cufflinks, a wraparound bracelet and a ball chain bracelet. To get your hands on a copy of this fantastic DVD, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Get creative with JewelleryMaker.
Today I've been on the beginner's wire work course with Louise, and it's been absolutely fantastic. We started off with quite simple techniques in the morning and worked on throughout the day until we got to doing things like making rings, which is the first wire wrap ring I've made successfully so far, onto more difficult techniques like the pendant wrapping, which again is my first ever pendant wrapping. Louise is excellent, it's clear instruction. There's plenty of time for her to get around the small class to give you personal tuition and tell you where you may be going wrong, or give you an idea of what you should do with your designs.
I guess early cavemen may have used amber even as a torch before we had wicks and waxes. And the big benefit, of course, is the aroma is really beautiful. They even say that if you wear amber on a sunny day, just even the heat of the sun, or sometimes even just the heat of holding amber in your hand, gives off a lovely aroma.
Do you need a helping hand to get started with JewelleryMaker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our JewelleryMaker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist, or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques. The summer is here and that sun is sizzling, so JewelleryMaker want to cool you down. Join us Monday, August 3rd for our Sub-Zero show. We'll give you the chill factor with amazing new strands, great pricing and special offers including buy one get one frees. Oh, that was a bad one. The Sub-Zero show, August the 3rd between 9 AM and 1 PM. Nice to see you. I'm off to chill out.
Hello everybody, welcome back to JewelleryMaker. Look what I've got for you. I have got your Rhyolite quartz here right in front of you today, and I tell you what, it is something I personally have never ever seen before at all. It's something that it's such an interesting story the way it's built up, and I'm going to tell you more about that very shortly. It is our right royal day today that we are having, as it today in 1981 was the day that Charles and Diana got married, and we are joined today by who I keep calling Lady Janet Dwyer.
Hello, Lady Bex.
Oh my goodness, I just heard that was a little bit RP then, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. How are you, Jan?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. What do you think of these first up?
They're lush, aren't they?
Fab, aren't they?
Fabulous. The colours are great.
Yeah.
And you've got that banding. Yeah, they're just brilliant. They're great. And with the last kit, with the gold, they look great with gold wire.
Yeah.
They look great with sort of antique bronze.
Yeah.
Look stunning, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, love them.
I love
Beautiful.
how each one of these, if you look, has got this beautiful kind of banding upon it. And if I show you the back as well, they are highly polished on the back, so you can use these both ways. Now, this is actually a volcanic matter that we've got here. Quartz, of course, we know, it comes in lots of different shapes and forms. And this, as your rhyolite, if I show you, say in this one, this is a good example. What you get here in your rhyolite is you'll be able to see all of these different bands, all of these different areas within here, where what you're actually getting is this kind of molten rock that kind of cools and calms in different manners. To kind of give you these different levels, to give you these different areas. And as you can see all of these different looks and all of these different colours that we've got with things like the greys and the gold tones. It's all to do with different kind of cooling points, because essentially we have got something very volcanic here. It's caused by kind of the molten lava and the movement. And essentially what this is due to is different elements that are taking place within that kind of melting process, I suppose, and a melting and drying process. Because this is a volcanic rock, it is something that is highly in a state of flux. It's forever got this kind of fluxion of structure, and because of that fluxion of structure, you get all of that movement, you get all of that change, and you get all of that area whereby you have these different elements that are able to come into this and give you different parts. Can you see some of the kind of golden tones that we've got here? But then look up here and you've got those kind of more grey-like tones. What do you think of this as a collection and as the banding?
Perfect, absolutely brilliant. I think as a collection they're great. They're a great size. They're a nice depth as well, aren't they? Really lovely. So for me, again, because they've got all those beautiful patterns on them, it fits in with my sort of my simple style of wrapping, because you wouldn't want to cover the stone too much, and you could follow that banding as well with your wire work.
Yeah.
So you could actually make a feature of it and follow the bands with maybe some weaving.
Yeah.
I love them.
It's going to be stunning, isn't it? It's going to really give you just such an interesting look and appeal. It is. Hello, Sue. You're right. To me, the colours are like glittery mookates.
That's a good point, actually, because you've got those sort of like masala colours in there, haven't you?
Yeah,
you've got the mustard tones in there as well. Yeah, it's a good call. Yeah.
You do have that different look and that different kind of appeal. And as I show you these different ones, look, let me show you kind of these. I'll get you some more for you to look at. See the different areas in here? They look so different, don't they?
Yeah, that's stunning. And look, see the banding. You could follow, like I say, you could follow that drop that you've got there. You could follow that wire banding with your wire work, and would look stunning.
Love that. Hello, Michelle. She says, those are amaze balls. Oh, Becky, you look like a cheerleader in that top. Do I? It's totally what I was going for. I'm a cheerleader for bargains, and I've got you a bargain here today. £19.95 for you is your price point on this collection here. I mean, look at the amount you've got. I've got two. Oh, way up. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 I've got here for you today. Third time's a charm. 10 I've got here for you today. So it's working out less than £2 per one. And some of these are really nice size, but obviously the carat weight is the main kind of determinator, I suppose, for this. And just to let you know that, it is based on carat weight. I've got 10. It might come out more or less than that for you. But it's 1,240 carats worth we'll all be getting in this. So a big selection, a big amount there. Really stunning. Well done, absolutely everybody who got your hands on those ones. I've got more treats for you, and tell you what, this is right regal and royal, because look, 925 sterling silver in these stunning connectors. I had the privilege of bringing these to you the other day. I've got the last few now. I love them. I like that you can use these as connectors. I like the idea of getting your 925 jump rings, and I have actually got a jump ring maker. I love the idea of making your own jump rings and connecting these together to create this really gorgeous kind of fan design, because you could go down like this shape and then bring it back up with another one up the other side, because I do have plenty of these for you to work with. I've got 5 of them in total, so loads and loads of precious metal there for you. And it is your 925, which it states on each and every one of them. If you can see that little inscription there, it says 925, so people know that this is the real deal we're working with. People know that this is the real deal 925, and we know that it's got that gorgeous high shine silver look to it. These are your curved tube connectors that we've got here, and if I place them down, you'll be able to see that they have got that curve to it. They have got that design feature, and if I spin it around, you'll be able to see the other way as well. So you do get that gorgeous curve, that gorgeous movement to it, and that means it's going to rest in such a beautiful way against the neckline, against the wristline, or even the headline if you wanted to. It's going to rest just beautifully for you, really give you that stunning effect. And we do have a fair few of these for you to work with too. I just like the idea of popping a shepherd's hook on these and just making myself a really simple pair of swirl earrings, and then I've still got a pendant that's going to match, and then I'd even have ones for a bracelet as well if I wanted to. It's 925. Your price point today is not, no, it's not £10.95. We are not staying there today at all. We're rolling it down. Last chance offer though. Last chance offer at £8.95. It's only for the last few. I don't have a lot of these at all. So you've got to get your hands on these ones whilst you can, because I have way less than 100. I genuinely do. So please do come on in. Get your hands on these ones whilst you can. At that price point, it's not a price that's going to stick around for long. Jan, I'd love to hear what you would be doing with these ones.
Oh, they're great, aren't they?
Yeah.
So have they got the, I can't actually see. Can I come over and have a look at them? Can I come and have a look? Yeah, let's have a look at them, because I haven't seen them before.
Jan.
Oh wow. See, they could be an earring, couldn't they?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Just popped onto a shepherd hook, I said.
Yeah, but if you had them as a necklace, that would make a great detail, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I wanted to
rosary
do
link
like
a pearl maybe in between them. And have that as a front section, then chain for that looks stunning.
Almost a design. Now, as soon as I pick this up, it's going to fall, but a design like this.
Yeah.
With just maybe a jump ring connecting up. So the way it's hard for you to see, but it's kind of going down and then swooping up. It's even harder when they move. But
it's nice having
idea.
that curve in it, isn't it? You know, it just adds another dimension, doesn't it, to your design? Yeah, I like those.
It gives it a completely different look and effect, doesn't it? Well done, everyone who's got your hands on those ones. £8.95. Here's your price point on that today. They're fab, aren't they? Beautiful. Super duper sparkly shiny. This is just fab, isn't it? $8.95 for you today. Low price point. Loads of you coming in and getting these ones today. 3s and 2s. Oh, I'm so excited to bring you this next one. Jump ring maker for you here. Let me bring to you now the jump ring maker. Oh my goodness, are you into chainmail? Have you really got into chainmail? Do you love it? You know, chainmail's always been popular here. It's really popular as always at the moment. Jump ring maker, even if you're not into chainmail, even if that's not your bag, even if that's not your thing, and if you just make for yourself, because you love making for yourself, and actually you're sick and fed up of just buying, you know, the findings packs just to get more jump rings, because you have everything else you want, because we do things like the head pins separately, don't we? Jump rings, you know, they're few and far between. With this, you get to make your own, and what does that mean? It means saving money. Let me show you it as a whole, and then I'll show you the actual pieces themselves. It is so simple. It is so easy for you to work with. So easy for you to work with today. Let me get it out for you. Let me get this for you. You've got, if I show you, all these different mandrels. So you get these different sizes. Does it have the size up? It does, yeah. So I've got your 4mm. Come back, you. I've got your 4mm. I've got your 6mm. I've got your 7mm, and I've got your 8mm here. So if I show you at the side, it'll be even easier, won't it? So here we go. We've got the graduation in size 4, 6, 7, 8. Sounds like I'm singing steps wrong, doesn't it? 4, 6, 7, 8. So we've got here, and these are your different sizes of mandrels, and it's so easy to do. All we have to do is you get this little handle section, and this is to make your own jump rings. It's to make a really even, sizable selection of jump rings. You don't just make one at a time on here. You do a whole coil. It's so easy to do. You do a whole coil. Easier to set up than maybe a gizmo. If you're one of those people who packs your gizmo away, it is much easier for you to use this, because it's just handheld. You don't have to kind of get it out. You just get it, you know, from your mandrel bag or whatever it might be. So you've got this section here, which is to help you rotate it, and you have this section here, which is for the rod, and then you have this section which you can guide wire through, but some people just work it on, and I'll show you. I'll give you an idea. So what we do is, you can see there's a screw point at the bottom of this and a screw point at the top of here. All we do, screw it in. And guess what? That's my tool set up, ready and raring to go. That's it, easy peasy. How quick was that? My tool's set up now. So what we have to do is, you can, with certain types of wire, say your 0.4 or even your 0.6, you can guide the wire through here as kind of a point, but a lot of people will just hold the wire. And then all we have to do, essentially, is turn the actual tool, which means that the wire itself will grow up and around this. So you know that you're going to be getting, you know, depending on the wire gauge you use, you could be getting around 100 jump rings just on this one spool. Maybe if you're using the higher gauges, more like 50 on just one spool here, and then all we have to do is saw them, or we can cut them with our flush cutters. But we know we're going to get jump rings that are exactly the same size, that are a recognised size that we use in things like chainmail a lot, don't we? And we're going to get it super duper easy. And then once we've done that, because let's face it, sometimes you only want 2 or 3 jump rings, don't you? Or maybe you want to make jump rings that are in the same colour. If you've got a nice coloured wire, maybe you want jump rings that are, you know, a certain colour to go with your design. Say you've got that black wire from this the other day. You know, you're going to have something then that's going to look part of the design. We don't necessarily want to set up the entire of our, what's it called, gizmo, do we? And look, once I've used it, maybe just to make my 3 jump rings, all I have to do to unset my tool is this.
Easy.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, done and dusted.
Because you could sit there and actually, while you're watching TV,
yeah,
have a couple of reels of wire. So you could use it in different colours. So you could sit there with it in your lap, and you could just sort of make lots and lots of them, and make the tubes and keep them in your toolbox.
Yeah.
And then when you want a couple of jump rings, even you could just sort of snip them off.
Yeah.
But if you're doing chainmail, it's great just to sit and and just make a really good selection of them.
Yeah.
But easy peasy. Like I say, you could just something you don't sit and not think about.
Sit and not think about.
Yep.
Now, the first time that we brought this to air, I'd never worked with it before, and then after that, I did give it a go. I haven't got one myself, but I have given it a go, and it is just so easy. It really is very, very simple to use. Your price point today for this is just £7.95, backed by popular demand as well. So come on in, get your hands on these whilst you have the opportunity to do so, because we don't get the opportunity to work with it very often at all. Just to let you know, for my right regal day, the things I've got coming up for you, I have got coming up things like your Chrysocola, which I showed you earlier on, just a beautiful strand, about 25 minutes. I've got that band gemstone for you coming up as well, that was banned for many years for others, certain people to wear. I have got for you some gorgeous emeralds from some of the most prestigious places in the world as well coming up today. So come on in, treat yourself, open up that basket, because you know what, once your basket's open, you can add any amount of pieces to your collection. Add just one thing, add 101 things, and you can treat yourself to just a whole day's worth of postage and packaging, midnight to midnight, for just £2.29, 25 pence. £2.25. £7.95 for you on that one today. I've got another tool for you now. Ooh, got for you now. Oh, brilliant. Your wire coiling gizmo here. Let me get this for you. Look at this, a massive wire coiling gizmo I've got. You know, we talked about jump rings before and gizmos. Well, this is a way to create those wonderful gizmo coils. Can I take this out of the bag? So this is your deluxe wire gizmo. Now, we had the professional coiling gizmo on the other day, which is a lot of a much bigger tool. This one is great if maybe you're not making to sell, so you're not making on almost an industrial scale. Obviously it's not industrial, but you know what I mean. Maybe you're just making for yourself, and maybe you don't need that huge gizmo coiler. If not, then I tell you what, this one is right up your street. It is your deluxe selection, so we have a lot more rods in here than we do in the original, to which I think we only had 2, or do we have 3 or 2 on the original?
I think it was 2, wasn't it?
Maybe, yeah, I think so. 2. With this one, you actually get 5 though, so you get a big selection of your different gauges. You get the super duper fine one, and you get the big, bold, chunky monkey ones as well. So you can do different size coils. Now, I have got some coiled pieces to the side of me, which I'll just, this is a footage from a DVD. I'll just grab these coiled pieces, just to give you an idea. If you've never seen a wire coiling gizmo before, then it's here. I've got this piece here, which is, can you see on the smaller ones, it's done with a really dainty rod. It may well have been done with a rod similar to this. Can you see how dainty it is all the way up here? But then, if you look to the side, so dainty that, isn't it? And then if I show you around the back, you can see we've gizmoed the clasp, and that may well have been done with something more like this. Haven't been seen for 2 months. 2 months this haven't been seen for, so it's back in stock. So you can do really intricate designs like that, but look, you can also do designs like this, which are simple, but so effective. I mean, it just goes to show kind of how far this tool itself will take you, isn't it?
I think it's, for me, it's an essential piece of my kit.
Yeah.
Because like you say, you can add that detail to a piece of jewellery. And I know Claire was talking about the other day, when she does her heart design, she uses a gizmo coil and then stretches it out and then wraps that. So you can add detail, not just with the coil itself, you can stretch that out and make a feature of it. So it's great. Like you say, it's great for making clasp, it's great for adding that detail. You can make beads with it. It's perfect. It's great. It's a great piece of kit.
Yeah.
And for me, it's an essential. Yeah.
And the deluxe is great too because it has the clamp. Now, why is that important?
Well, it means that you can sort of clamp it to your desk, so you've got both hands free. I mean, sometimes if you're doing a simple, just a quick coil, you can hold it in your hands. It's much easier to clamp it to a desk and have both hands free to work with. So in that way, it just helps you get a more professional finish as well to your pieces. It's brilliant. It's really good. And because you've got those different size mandrels as well, which again gives you range, gives you choices. throughout your pieces. And I must say, I had the original one, the one with the 2 mandrels, and I always struggled to get the wire off the mandrel.
Right.
Because of my tension, because my tension was too tight. So you have to be careful with the tension. With these, even if you really, your tension, it slides off no problem at all.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know whether the finish is different.
Maybe.
But for me, the tension, I don't have to worry about that. Whereas before, I had to sort of think about it as I was doing it and make sure I wasn't too tight. With this, not a problem at all.
No issue whatsoever.
Yeah.
No issue.
No.
That's just wonderful, isn't it, really? You've got loads and loads and loads of treats here for you today. You really do. And this is one at just $7.95. I mean, you're getting 5 mandrels worth here, and you're getting the clamp too, which you can see has all those different sizes for the rods to go through there. You just saw then exactly how easy this is to use. And don't forget, you can get the DVD if you wish to. Just have a little look at our website. It's so easy to use. It gives you a really nice look and finish. And it is so versatile, isn't it?
Yeah, and like I say, it gives you choice to add different elements to your design.
Yeah.
It just opens up other avenues for you, which,
Doesn't it?
yeah, as a designer is great.
Design's perfect for it.
Yeah.
And look, you could do beautiful hearts, pendants, neckline pieces, torque style pieces. You can do your clasps as well, as we said with this. Lots of designs there for you. It's so easy to create, and just $7.95. It's a great one to add to your collection. So add that to you today. Say it to me again. Gemstone bundle for you now. Oh, I can't put this back in. Oh, I'm sorry. I tried. Okay, gemstone bundle here for you now, and it is made up of beautiful hematite. Don't you love the strength to hematite? Do you feel that? Have you had a hematite before? I'm sure you will have done. If you haven't, it's an absolutely sensational gemstone. It really is. It's heavy, it's hefty, it's strong, it's bold, it's cool, it is just unlike any other to me. I know that pyrite too is quite a metallic gemstone, but it isn't a hematite. Hematite is seriously submetallic. It's got that richness, it's got that depth, and you do get this beautiful variety of colours that of course are added to this. I've got such a huge amount in here for you. You've got the silver tones, and in the silver I've got a 12x6. I've also got a 7x6 on there as well, so big amount on those two. You've got the different shapes too. We've got the rice beads and the drops. Those are the larger ones that are the 12x6. I've also got 240 carats worth of the tubes in the blue. Size on the tubes 7x5. You've got a 7mm of the rounds, and we've got a 3x1 on those gorgeous little rondelles as well. Now, with hematite, we've got the opportunity there for you to have these beautiful, rich tones, to have this gorgeous, rich effect, and to have that high shine, glamour, and look. These are your hematite beauties. Your price point today. But there is a lot of blue. That's not even the price it should have been. It should have been over 20. For you today, though, we're rolling it down further to just £14.95 today. You're getting 5 strands. So is that £3 a strand approximately? It is, isn't it? £2.99 per strand approximately for you today. That, I think, is phenomenal. Bearing in mind you've got hematite here, so you've got something that everybody knows and recognises, and something that is so kind of, well, it's so strong in its look, isn't it?
And it's nice to wear. Hematite is lovely to wear because you can feel it, because it's got that weight to it without it being sort of too heavy. And in those different shapes as well is brilliant, because you've got some drops there which make perfect earrings. You've got all the shapes you can need there, but it's got that bit of sparkle to it as well, hasn't it? That bit of glamour.
Yeah.
But it's great. And, yeah, I love it. I love wearing hematite. It just makes you feel good. To wear a bracelet in the hematite, it's nice to sort of, it's very tactile, a very tactile gemstone for me. Yeah, love it. And I love those colours. Those silvers and those blues are just stunning. And at that price, what can you say?
Phenomenal, isn't it? Really, really is. Well done, everybody. There is a bit of a queue on the phone line, unsurprisingly. But I love that these are going to be great for ladies and for gentlemen.
Yeah,
Gents can
very
be hard
unisex.
to make for, I think. Certain people can find gents can be quite tricky to make for. What would you suggest making for a gent with this collection here? We don't have to use them all.
No, I mean, if you've got some of the black, if you've got some black cord, it'd be great to do a macrame bracelet with the silver hematite, maybe those sort of barrel rice beady shaped ones. So you could do a nice macrame bracelet.
Love that.
You could just do a black cord with maybe just 3 of them on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, they are very unisex.
Really versatile,
Yeah.
really workable for us all today. There is a slight queue on the phone line, but I promise we are getting to you. We are getting to you. And we will be with you very, very shortly. $14.95 for you today. Anyone want a brand new strand? Pearl? Anybody? Whoa, look at the size of them!
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
Blimey, Charlie, they are huge, aren't they?
Lush.
14 by 10 mil on these.
The pearls we're getting just seem to be getting bigger and bigger, don't they? And the quality of them is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
absolutely phenomenal, isn't it? I mean, look at the colours that are coming from that. Yeah, they're just, yeah, edible. Well, they're not edible, so don't eat them, but they are beautiful.
I just want to show you how this would look. I don't want to hit my mic, I don't want to... But it gives you an idea, doesn't it? That I just wanted to show you the length. It's always important to show you the length of a strand of pearls. Even though these are huge, even though these are mammoth, we haven't shortened the length of the strand. We haven't. We could have done, because it does cost more and takes more time and money to grow these so large. But we haven't. We've kept them, you know, still a necklace length, and they are just giving you that high fashion look. But we've still got that high luster point on these, because don't forget, I'm not going to lie to you. Some of these aren't entirely smooth. Some of them do have what I refer to as the candy floss marking on it. But the vast majority of these don't. The vast majority are as smooth as you like, as smooth as you would expect from maybe even things like a 9 mil. When you're getting and edging up towards the 14 mil though, boy oh boy, you want to bet that we're in a completely different ballpark. You know, it's not even a different ballpark, it's a completely different game. It's out of this world to be able to get that, because don't forget, so if we think, just cast our minds back to how exactly a mollusk creates these pearls. Okay, so a mollusk, when we talk about a mollusk, we're talking about a hinged muscle, for example, a muscle, you know, the hinge muscles. We're talking about a hinge action within a mollusk, and what this mollusk does, obviously it will filter things in by opening and closing its hinge, and what will happen is if the mollusk gets an irritant within it, it excretes something called nacre, and this nacre is excreted. It's almost like a silky, very viscous silky substance, which over time obviously dries and hardens, and what we get is we get this layer and layer and layer building up over time, protecting itself from the irritant, but it builds up and creates a pearl. So that's how a pearl is created, essentially. It's just a way of protection. It's a way of protecting itself. Very much, actually, like resin is to amber. The resin is extracted that becomes amber, but it's to protect the tree. So it's very, very similar in that way. So we've got this building up kind of nature to this. We've got it building up over time. And as that building up process takes place, obviously there's more likeliness of something to go wrong, something to mishap. It's more unlikely that you get these ripples and these different areas and all of this lumpy bumpy effect. It's much more regular, it's much more likely to happen, which is another reason that, high priced organics like this of their size are very, very high price. So organics of this size, around that 14-10 mil, are much higher in a price point. So it does give you that opportunity for more of these ripples, more of those kind of areas. And like I said, I don't want to lie, I'm going to be completely straight for you. Not all of these are perfectly smooth. This one, for example, can you see all those ripples? See all those ripples we've got? Now that is a lovely effect, and it can be nice for a wire wrapping kind of base, but as value wise, we wouldn't want that across the entire strand, because it would make it quite a low value strand, because it is quite usual for this to happen by Mother Nature. But if you look along the rest of the strand, look at the smoothness of the vast majority. Just look at the effect of that. Can you give that beautiful effect? You can see it, can't you? Some of them, yes, they do. Some of them do have that ripple and that effect, but not all of them do. And that's quite nice. It makes it a really nice, versatile strand, and you can tell that these are the real deal. Now, when I've got luxury-sized pearls like this, you better believe that that price point shoots up in the trade, but also you have to understand that because it does shoot up, because it is rare, because it is unusual, then you know, those price points are generally passed on. I say generally because today your price point What?
That's not right. Is it? That's wrong on so many levels.
That is wrong on so many levels.
Yeah.
What? This? Huh?
I don't believe that. They're beautiful. They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And the thing is, you were saying about the banding and the marking on there. For me, that adds to the beauty of them. And it's, you know, there's no mistaking that they're a genuine pearl. But a genuine pearl for $12.95, that size, that quality, that beautiful colour, that beautiful lustre, doesn't make sense at all.
I cannot get, I would say, my head around it. It's not even my head around it, it's like my whole body. I can't get my whole body around that. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? I've brought to you, and hand on heart, I've brought to you 8 mils and brought them to you at $12.95 and been like, you are getting yourself a bargain. How much are pearls on the market, you know, when you go and buy them for an 8 mil? Wow. You know, and I know though, that once you get to an 8.5 mil, for every half mil, in the trade, the price is raised by about 10%. And then on top of that, in certain areas, that could be raised again by about 50% per half mil. So for this at a 14 mil, price hike wise, what am I talking about in the trade? So I'm talking about an 8.5, a 9, a 9.5, a 10, a 10.5, an 11, an 11.5, a 12, a 12.5, a 13, 13.5, a 14. So that is 12 pay rises, price hikes on this strand in the trade alone. Around 12 price hikes on this strand in the trade alone. So I would expect from an 8 mil, which I've sold you at $12.95 and hand on heart being like, wow, that's a barg, I would expect a big one like this to be, if I brought this to you at £22.95, I would have hand on heart said you've got yourself a bargain. Definitely. We have had someone messaging in today asking how many have we got on that strand, Bex? Let me count it up for you. Now this is obviously an approximate, but I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. I have 32 on my strand. I hope that helps you out, whoever messaged that in. That is astonishing. One pearl ring at £20.
Well, if you think there's 32 there, so I mean my maths isn't great, but
mine either.
So that's what, 16 pairs of earrings.
Yeah.
16 pairs of earrings, and there's no way in the world I would sell a pair of those earrings for £12.95. They've got to be 20 plus.
20 plus, yeah.
Easily. So you've got 16 pairs at say £20 conservatively, £20 a pair.
So it could be about 300-ish pounds.
Yeah, and I mean that sounds ridiculous, but it's true. That's amazing.
That's astonishing. Do you know what I'm thinking? How much would I sell a pearl ring for? Just dead easy.
Just a simple pearl ring.
One nice
£25, £25, £30.
£25. So literally, if I sold this here as a ring, wait, hang on. Even if I just sold half of it, right? The rest of that pearl and this entire strand is profit.
It's gravy. That's what it is.
It's gravy. I love that. So true. It absolutely is.
Yeah.
You can't argue with that, Jan, can you?
Not at all. And you know, and people say to me, you know, are they genuine pearls?
Yeah.
Are they genuine pearls?
Yeah, of course they are.
And it's like, well, yeah. And it's like, but yeah, but that price. And it's like, yeah, but it's the buying power of JM.
It is.
You know,
It is.
it's like if you go somewhere and you're only buying 2 or 3, you're going to pay top price for it. But when you're buying hundreds at a time, you know, you're going to be getting great deals.
Yeah.
I really can't rave enough about them because they're stunning. And everybody knows I love pearls, but these are just lush.
And do not forget, ladies and gents, if anyone ever asks you, are those pearls real? There's an easy way to test, there's an easy way to show. We do say you can rub them against your teeth, but don't do that if you're selling your pieces on. Nobody wants to pick up a ring and go, oh yeah, it is real, but I won't have it. Nobody needs that. The best way to do it, I would say, is if you just have in your stash, if you are selling on your store, a pair of real pearls and a pair of shell pearls. If you get someone to rub together a pair of shell pearls, they will just slip and slide over each other. But with real pearls, you can feel and hear the grittiness. And that's what you're looking for. That's how you know it's real, because at the end of the day, you know, a shell pearl, you know, does have that smoothness, whereas these pearls themselves have microscopic kind of elements and bubbles within them, because it is a nacre, essentially, that builds them up. Well done, everybody. If everybody checked out their basket now, oh, I'd have a handful left, that's it. That is, I'd have about 10 left. That is an absolute bargain and a half. It really, truly is. Get them whilst you can, because honestly, deals like this don't come around every day. At all. They really don't. Do you know what I'd quite like? You know your necklace? Oh, you've not got it on now. Where's it gone?
It's here.
You know that necklace?
Yeah.
You see you've got those little spaces in between?
Yeah.
Imagine doing this with the Chrysocola.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And that's the sort of design that I sell.
Yeah.
You know, I sort of restrand them, simply put in a gemstone in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I know not everybody sells, but for me, it's my biggest seller.
It's your biggest seller.
Yeah.
Look, you see just one of those in between with that Chrysocola, it'd be fab, wouldn't it? I've got a little bit of something special now. We like to call it a star bag. Okay, get yourself on the phone lines. I won't lie to you, that wasn't going to be what I was going to say for this, because what I really want to talk about is the beauty of this gem and about how so unusually rare it is for us to have it on, because it is a scarcity. It is something that we don't get that often here at JewelleryMaker. It's something that even our sister channel, Gems and Rocks, don't get on that often either. We've got it today as a real look, real, just by chance, to be honest. I myself have never seen one with this much craftsmanship and this much beauty alongside it ever. I've seen the irregular shapes of Chrysocola we've done once or twice that have got the big slab facets across them, almost a step facet on them. Those are beautiful, really eye-catching, but I've never seen anything as dainty as this or as highly faceted as this, and I tell you what, it gives the gem a total new life, a total new look, don't you think? I've got for you here your Chrysocola. Now, Chrysocola is known in certain kind of realms as the stone of tenderness. And obviously I can't say things like your crystal healing or your gemstone myths and legends are true, but what I can say is certain people in certain circles do believe in kind of powers that certain gemstones could possibly give you. Chrysocola is one that is said to be very kind, to do with kindness, to do with femininity, and to do with gentleness. And I think when you've got this gentle fasting alongside that, it just shows off kind of the thought and meaning behind that even more. With Chrysocola, it's something that you get this almost, I almost think of it as a patina look. You know, when we patina or verdigris our raw copper, you know, when you use the verdigris on the raw copper and you get that beautiful green tone, you can almost imagine the green on kind of, palace roofs and things like that, can't you? It gives that sort of look and effect with the colouring. It's got a really nice vintage kind of tone to it, a really vintage wink alongside it. Now, Chrysocola is something that we don't get our hands on as often as you would like, because it's really unusual for us to be able to get it out of the ground. It comes in very small kind of little pots, little pockets. It's not one of those gemstones that's just dead easy and we can kind of almost request how much we want. It's not about that. It's about finding these little pockets and these little areas in which we can maybe now and again get this gemstone from. Now this gemstone is unique and it is individual. I personally would say that to my eye it looks brighter in real life than it perhaps does through the camera. It's got a real freshness to it, a vintage freshness almost, a kind of, like I said, kind of a verdigris or a patina look to it. It is completely and absolutely natural in its real form. It is as it looks here. It's got those beautiful fresh tones to it. It's almost got an element of kind of the turquoise base around it as well, which is spectacular. Now, Chrysocola I've only managed to bring to you 2, maybe 3 times before, and I've never been able to bring it to you in such a gentle and delicate form, which, as I said, is the way that many people will view this gemstone. Now, this gem, the pieces I have had in the past have been, you know, I would say in a middle range price area. I have brought to you Chrysocola at the $21.95 price point. I absolutely have. I have also brought to you Chrysocola actually one other time. Sure, it was $17.95. I've never brought to you one with this much craftsmanship though, and therefore this much work gone into it, because there is a lot of work to get faceting on, you know, a 3x1 gemstone such as this. Your price point today, launch price offer, anybody? We're going to do a launch price offer on this. I can only guarantee this for today. I can't guarantee that this will be repeated again, but it is today, and today for now it's just £7.95 for you to get your hands on this piece here. That is phenomenal. I've just taken Chrysocola, a gemstone that we hardly ever get on, from for a price point that is just, you'd expect that for something like shell pearl, wouldn't you? Don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with shell pearl whatsoever, but Chrysocola itself is the real deal. It's from Mother Nature. It's from the ground. It's made by Mother Nature. It hasn't had input from us. You know, I said it's completely and absolutely natural. It is. It's a natural gemstone. Don't get me wrong, nothing at all wrong with your shell pearl, but shell pearl is something that is made in a way by humans. It has a lot of human input to give it its shapes, to give it its look, to give it its appeal, to make it as a whole. And to get something out of the ground that is Mother Nature, that she's been working on year in, year out for, you know, hundreds, if not thousands, and sometimes millions of years, it is spectacular to be able to bring to you at that launch price offer. $7.95. What do you think?
I think that's amazing. And this is the sort of gemstone that I would buy to go with the pearls. And like you say, if you've got those pearls earlier at and you've got this, that's what, just over £20?
Yeah.
To make a beautiful pearl necklace.
Yeah. It's at the bottom of your screen, that pearl.
Stunning.
What else would you be doing with these, please, Jam?
Channel set them. We did a ring, sort of in the, you know, our last show together.
We did indeed, but that's for now.
Yeah, so for me, channel setting into a ring, channel setting into a bracelet, yeah, perfect. There's lots and lots of things you can do with them, but they're just beautiful, aren't they? I love green gemstones, because that Mother Nature's backdrop, aren't they? So anything is going to go with them. They're just beautiful. They're lush. Love them.
Special, isn't it?
Yeah, very special.
Really special. Come on in, get your hands on them whilst you can. Just to let you know that this is a great gemstone if you do want to do neckline pieces as well, because it does have that beautiful shine, that beautiful femininity to it. Of course, like I said, about the gentleness of it, but also it is around a 4 on the Mohs scale, so it has got that kind of beautiful element of the gentleness within it as well, not just to do with the myths and the legends of the folklore and the tale, but also actually to do with the makeup of the gemstone itself. I just think it's a stunning gem for you to have in your collection. What about if you paired it with some sort of emerald? Ooh. Wowzers.
Stunning.
That's astonishing, that, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Isn't it?
But it's not the sort of gemstone you can go to a craft fair and you see. I mean, I'd not seen Chrysocola until
Makes
a couple of months
stand out,
ago.
doesn't it?
And you know, again, like you say, it's something that's going to differentiate you from everybody else in the marketplace.
Oh yeah.
Have something special and something that beautiful at that price, £7.95.
It's just astonishing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really beautiful.
Crazy.
I've got that band gemstone coming up for you later on, which I think this goes sensationally well with as well. Just to let you know, this chain that is adorning my neckline currently is coming up for you in about all the way up. Only about 20 minutes. Not long to wait at all. Can you see it? There it is, look. Look at that.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Isn't that beautiful?
Imagine
Isn't
just
it?
one of those pearls, those large pearls, one of those Chrysocola, just hanging from that silver chain.
Love that.
Perfect.
Love that.
Perfect.
Oh, well, perfect. Match made in heaven.
Yeah.
Don't forget, it's the launch price off for you on that $7.95. So do pick up the phone and treat yourself to that whilst you get the opportunity to do so. Right, I'm heading on over to you now, Jan.
Come on over.
Oh, I've got my headpiece on, haven't I, as well?
You
This
have.
is from this selection, isn't it?
It is.
Me right royal.
And it looks right royal.
It does look right royal. Hey, do you know what? The Chrysocola will go fantastically with this kit, wouldn't it?
Perfect.
Perfectly. How was this one to work with?
Oh, it was great. I love headbands. I love tiaras. I love Dwyer. I love emeralds. I love pearls. I just loved it all. And
did you? I can tell.
yeah, and
yeah,
yeah,
made as well.
beautiful, stunning.
You've made such an array.
Yeah, well, it's just again all three kits today. As soon as I got them home and opened them, they just spoke to me.
Yeah.
Said, "This is what I want you to do."
And what did this set say to you?
It said, "I want you to make something that's feminine, pretty, wearable," and I think I've achieved that.
You completely have, totally have. Every single one of these is wearable. Every single one of them is eye-catching. I mean, look at that. That looks like something you'd see in a really high-end window somewhere, doesn't it?
I think so. I'm biased.
Beautiful. And of course I have got my headpiece on as well, which is super duper comfy, and actually I completely forgot I had it on. And that is partly down to the pieces that we've worked with here, because these headbands that I'm wearing are exceptionally comfortable, aren't they?
They're really, really comfortable. And if you're making bridal pieces, you know, the bride's probably going to be wearing it all day.
Yeah.
And probably into the night, so
Yeah.
you want it to be comfortable.
Absolutely. And don't forget, headbands we wear and make for ourselves daily. You know, it doesn't have to be something special or something out of the ordinary to make, does it?
Nope. I mean, if you're just making a headband to wear, then, you know, again, you want something that's going to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And these are great. You can just wrap on the gemstones really simply and just make a really simple headband, yeah. Perfect.
So we've also got with this one your head grips. Sorry, tell us about these.
Well, I love them because you can use them in so many different ways as well. I've used them as a head comb. I've used it to make the flower on the band at the end. I've also sort of cut off the teeth to make this comb here. So, you know, you can use it in lots and lots of different ways. So, you know, it's a headband and it's perfect as a headband, but don't just look at it as a headband. Think, what else can I do with it?
Yeah. What else can you do with it?
Yeah.
I mean, you can make flowers, you can make headband pieces, you can give it these gorgeous, look at that. I mean, that, you know, you don't need special occasions to wear your hair combs and your headbands. Things like that. You could just wear, you know, a meal out somewhere with your friends.
Yeah,
couldn't
it's
you?
not,
Just a
not
quick
sort of
drink.
over the top or anything. It just adds that bit of detail to an outfit or your hairdo or something. Yeah, I would wear it.
Okay, all the time. So I've got all of those. I've also got the wire for you here as well. Have a look at those ones. 0.4 and 0.8. Now tell us about these two gauges, please.
Perfect gauges. The 0.8 for me is great for rings. So I used it for the ring, but it's also great because you can add structure. The tiara piece in the middle, I've sort of used that to make that sort of that Celtic design to it. So it's just great. I mean, for me, 0.8 is my go-to gauge. That's my essential gauge. And having the 0.4 means that you've got that that facility then to wrap on gemstones. Perfect match. Absolutely perfect, yeah.
I've got a massive strand of the pearls in here, which you can just see clustered together there with that wire, and it just lifts it, doesn't it? Makes them pop. I've not just got that strand of real deal pearls though, I've also got this quartz, which is just fantastic. 40 carats worth here for you on that strand, and you've got, can you see that brilliance inside it? Can you see that glow?
beautiful, isn't it?
Astonishing, isn't it? And that brilliance is due to the kind of eye-catching glow and effect and clarity of this. It's just wonderful. And size-wise, we've got up to a 4x2 on those ones. I'm then adding to the equation the emerald buttons. Now, we don't get emerald buttons ever, let alone in a kit whereby you know that we're going to drop the price, you know that the price has been dropped down off your screen, and you know that you're going to get something special. I can't think of a time I've seen coins like this, coins or buttons, however you want to call them. How do you feel about working with this strand like that?
I think they're great. I think because you get that flat surface as well, you get to appreciate the gemstone. You get to see all that the nature of the gemstone. You sort of like looking into the gemstone, aren't you? And for me, for the headbands, it's perfect because they sit perfectly against the headband. They're great for the combs. They're so easy to attach to a comb. Beautiful.
Yeah. Fantastic, isn't it? Just to let you know the size of those ones, there is a slight change, size variation on those ones. Just to let you know, you're looking at around about 7 to 8 mil on those buttons, so it gives you real versatility. And then the thing that absolutely knocked my socks off when I did not realise at all that this was part of it, the cab is
amazing.
Ruby. Genuine, real deal ruby. I didn't have a clue. I knew that there was a cab in this, but I'll be honest, I hadn't researched exactly what it was. It's an absolute real deal natural ruby. It is a 20 by 15 mil that we've got here for you. Approximately. So a massive piece. And guess what? It's a 12 carat piece. How much would you see a 12, well, you wouldn't get a 12 carat ring. How much would you get a 3 carat ruby ring for? That would be thousands. Yeah. If you saw a 5 carat ring, that would be tens of thousands. 12 carat ruby ring in a store, I mean, wow. You might have to remortgage your house for it.
Yeah.
To get it as part of a kit, bearing in mind I've promised you this is under £40 today, is astonishing, isn't it?
It's amazing. When you think you've got rubies, emeralds, pearls, yeah, it's just astonishing. It was a beautiful kit to work with, like I say. Stunning, and that cabochon is gorgeous.
Isn't it?
Gorgeous.
It is such a massive amount. Do you know what? This is an astonishing collection, and at the end of the day, I see it as a boutique. I've got 2 of the big 4 in here. So I've got your ruby and your emerald in here. So that's 2 of the big 4. I've got brilliance in the quartz, and that's due to the quality, that's due to the clarity that you're getting that life of the gem and the light spanning out. But also I've got pearls in there as well. So I've got that beautiful organic that's always high fashion, that's always in style, and this year more than any have been extremely popular and absolutely adorned all of the catwalks really that we've seen. So this is a boutique collection. I've never seen a boutique collection for under £50.
Oh.
Oh. £24.95. You're right there, Jan. Oh.
Yeah, what can you say about that? £24.95. Crazy.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Honestly, no, it shouldn't be anywhere near that price point at all. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. Your price point on this should have been way more. We've got almost, it's not quite, but almost a half price deal on this.
You'd expect that because you've got that ruby cabochon, you've got emeralds in there, pearls, you've got the wire, you've got the headbands, the combs, you've got such a lot in there. And such a lot of potential to make either gifts, make things for yourself, or to sell on.
Yeah.
It's a great profit maker if you sell on. I mean, for me, that ring would be that price, to be honest. And then the rest of it is, gravy again.
Gravy.
More
Just
gravy.
on top. Extra on top, isn't it? £24.95 for a royal heirloom. Absolutely true. Let's get on to the demo, shall we, Jan? Well done, everybody who got this, because it is really, really special. What are we going to be learning today, please, Jan?
I'm going to show the ring.
Fab.
So I love making rings, so I thought, why not?
Why not? And I presume this technique's going to help us make that necklace as well.
It is. It's
So
exactly the same technique. So all we're going to do is going to take a piece of the 0.8, and now I just sort of measure it as you know, so it's about that much, an arm and a bit, maybe a metre ish.
Approximately, hold it out.
Oh, sorry.
Approximately 94 centimetres.
I love the way you say that.
Thanks.
It really.
Cheers. Cheers, Babs.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And then what we're going to do is just sort of wrap it around the mandrel, a size sort of larger than we want, because we're going to do a little bit of wrapping onto it. So what I do is wrap around twice. So you're back there at the front. So on the back we've got, we've got 2 wraps at the back, and then we're here. And then all we're going to do is cross them over and make a little bend there. So we're coming this way now, and then make a bend that way. There. So we've got that bend in there. And then all we're going to do is follow that around, keep turning it around, so we're creating a little sort of rose shape in the middle. But what we want little gaps in between. If I take that off the mandrel, you can see there are little gaps in between there. So we've got gaps. It's not a tight circle, because we want to be able to wrap on gemstones. Okay, so if you can just continue with that, if I just do that quickly. So now what you wanted to do is you need to determine how big you want the ring to be. So if we just say at that size, but you can go larger if you want to, but we'll do quite a small one just for the purpose of the demo. So then take it off the mandrel, bring one of them around to the other side. So now you've got the little flower shape, and you've got a wire either side, and then just quickly bring that round the ring shank there. And what we're doing, we're creating a base then to sit the pearls on. So that's one, and then quickly do the other one. So you just wrap that around the shank there. Now what we need to do, because we're going to wrap over the pearls when they're in there, we want both of these wires together. So look, see which is the longest, take the longest one around, and then wrap next to it. So all we're going to do is wrap there, and as close to that section there as you can. So now you can pop it back on the mandrel, resize it, and while it's on the mandrel you can straighten out these pieces so they're nice and smooth. So now we've got our base to add the gemstones. So what we're going to do is take a piece of 0.4, and you can sort of wrap that on somewhere, pop that through there. If you put it through the centre, the easiest thing to do is maybe just to wrap it around the shank somewhere, just so somewhere where you're not going to see it, just to secure that on. So what I'd do is you just wrap that around a few times, make sure that's nice and secure, and then snip that off there. So now you've got that piece of 0.4, actually I'll cut that down because we're not going to use all of that for the demo, coming out the middle there. So now what you need to do is just start adding on your pearls, and it's really, really easy. So drop on a pearl, sorry we're all over the place, and then sit that flat, bring your wire back down through another space, just don't go through the space that you've come up through because it'll just fall off. There. So there we go. So keep that flat to there, and then you can wrap around again once if you want to. So just find a space and go through and wrap that around just to secure that one. So that one's in place, and then what we're going to do is pop up back through there, and that's all you do. You just keep going through. I've gone back through the same space, but never mind. Pop on another one. I'll just add a few, and then I'll show you how we do the wire wrapping.
Okay.
If it does close up a little bit and you need a little bit of a space, just pop your fingernail in there and just sort of open them out.
Okay.
We're popping that through there. So there's 2 of them on. So what I'd do is I'd just keep going round, try and get the flattest there. So I'll just keep going round and add in as many of the pearls as I want.
So you added 5 to the original.
Okay. So for the purposes of the demo, I'll stop at that. Right, and then we can just wrap around the shank bit there, and then just squishy that down so it's not sharp for when you finish. So just add on as many of them as you want there. And then with the excess wire that you've got here, you probably won't get the full effect because there's only 2 on. But what you need to do is just bring it over and decide sort of what pattern you want. So for me, I'm just going to wrap around this pearl here. Hold your finger on the pearl so it's not going to move too much. And then just turn. I find it easier to turn the ring rather than move the wire around. So I would come around that section and then maybe around there. And if I'd got more, I would just wrap around. But because there's only 2 on, which actually doesn't look too bad, looks quite nice. So then, again, through there, wrap it around the shank there, so that's nice and secure. So there's the ring. If you've got more on, you'd have more wraps.
Okay.
And then what I do is just pull that really tightly against the ring shank there, and then lift it back up, so you can get in and snip off the excess that you don't want. And then just use some pliers and just tease those little bits down and squishy them in so they're not sharp. Pop it back on the mandrel, and that's it.
That's amazing. How easy is that? Hey, Joanne. Morning, girls. You look regal today. Can you tell me what size wire Jan is using for the ring? And that's Jo in Wet and Windy.
Caithness?
Caithness, of course it is. Thank you, Jo, for your message in. I know we're looking right on form today, aren't we?
I bet the Queen's jealous.
Good question.
It's 0.8, and I tend to use 0.8 a lot for my rings.
0.8.
Yeah.
Fab. Fantabulous. Okie dokie, everyone. We're going to have a little look at what you've been crafting in our Wall of Fame. Good morning, everybody. That wasn't words. Good morning, everybody. We're up here at the Wall of Fame, and Jan, my twin, we like Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Which one do you want to be?
Oh, Tweedledee. I don't want to be dumb.
All right, well, I will be. You are joined today by Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and we are going to start with lovely Jan's piece.
Look at that, how pretty is that?
Love them.
This is 190, and this is from Lynn Rogers. And Lynn says, hi to everyone at JM. Here's my latest piece. I think it's called a bubble necklace, not Shua. Yeah, that's what I'd call it.
Yeah, me too.
It's made up of 5 different colours of shell rounds and memory wire. So simple, but yet so effective. All gems, wire and findings are from JM, of course. Lucy, it's great having you back on the morning show. Good luck, everyone. And that's from Lynn. Lynn, that is beautiful.
That is lovely, Lynn.
Yeah. And it is nice to have Lucy back.
She is back. She's not back on the morning show. She was just covering whilst lovely Ali was poorly sick. But yeah, it's lovely to have her back, and I love that piece. Yeah. 188 here says, hi, just feeling up to being creative again. Here's a photo of my mates using shell pearls and something from my stash. I hope you like it. I hope you like, and do not mind the email. I'm going to be updating customers' records and not bought for some time. And that is from Lynn. Hello, Lynn. Thank you very, very much for sending that in. Gorgeous colours there. I love the tones of it, and I love the Viking knit as well. It's fab. 188's your number.
This is 191. These are beautiful. Look at those. Fab. And this is from Jana. Jana's in Wiltshire. And Jana says, this is a few of my feather earrings I made some time ago. I'm hoping that tomorrow I will be able to pick up your new channel. I thought I had got the wrong date because I retuned both my TVs 3 times this morning, all to no avail, but I'm delighted that Channel 30 was available and I was still able to watch. Well, that's good news. Hope all goes well for you with the channel switch. Modern technology. Mustache, I'm having problems with my emails, and this is the 3rd attempt at sending this email. Not having much luck, are you, Jana? Well, it's a bit like me with technology. Thanks for the lovely chatty shows. That's warmest wishes from Jana. And back to you as well, Jana. And those earrings are stunning.
Love those earrings, Jana. Thank you very much. Don't forget that you can retune to Freeview now or in a bit. Oh, well now, do it now. Thank you for that, Janet. I love this one. Look at the wire wrapping on this. 189 I've got here. Good afternoon, all at JM. These are my entries to the Wall of Fame. Rose quartz and apatite made using gems and wire from JM. And more delicate. They are more delicate than the jewellery I normally make. But I thought they were pretty using 2 to 4 mils. Hoping for a win. Need to top up my stash. Good luck to all. And that is from M in beautiful Derby. I think that's so dainty and cutesy. I love pieces like that, and your wire wrapping, may I say, is so neat. 189 is your number.
This is 192. This is really, really pretty. And this is from Julie in Fleetwood. And Julie says, "Hi, please could I be considered for this week's Wall of Fame? I am very new at jewellery making, and I'm only making items for myself. All findings and amethyst are from JewelleryMaker. Good luck to everyone." And that's Julie. That is beautiful.
Julie.
And of course, and here you are on the Wall of Fame.
Yeah, fab. And you can see you really getting into it, and I adore the colours you've decided to work with. Thank
Really
you
lovely.
so much for those. Okey-dokey. So that was your Wall of Fame. We're back for more later. However, after the break... Ooh.
Beautiful.
Isn't that spectacular? Genuine real deal 925, and I tell you what, I'm going to make sure it's under £12. All right, under 10. Okay, under 9. I'll see you in a bit.
Okay, today I've been on the wire macrame workshop with Mark Smith. Been an absolutely brilliant day. Found loads of new techniques that I haven't done before with wire and macrame, and we've made quite a few different items of jewellery to take away. It's been a real good experience. Great teacher, very patient with us, and we've been having a good laugh. I've done a bit of normal macrame with your satin cords and that, but with the wire it's a totally new aspect for me, and I've found it absolutely amazing.
The Collector's Choice features high-caliber gemstones which are prized for their outstanding attributes. They could be examples of rare gemstones, gemstones of pure clarity or exceptional quality. They're all hand-faceted by our experienced lapidarists in our cutting houses in the heart of Jaipur. This maximises the brilliance and lustre of the gemstones. The Collector's Choice from JewelleryMaker.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order for just 50p and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from the Genuine Gemstone Company. Do you have a question that you need answering?
Well, did you know you can ask to speak to an accredited jewellery professional in our call centre?
Trained by the GIA, you can ask us any gemological question and we'll do our best to help.
We don't just sell gemstones, we know gemstones.
That's why when you buy from us, you're buying with confidence. Buy your genuine gemstones from genuine accredited jewellery professionals. JewelleryMaker ships to the following countries. We offer 2 delivery services, standard and premium. So wherever you are in the world, JewelleryMaker are never far away. Did you know that if you go to JewelleryMaker.com and sign up to our mailing list, then you will receive 20% off your first order with us. We'll also keep you updated with special offers, themed shows, program guides and JewelleryMaker tutorials. JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share.
Join resident designer Sheila for our Bridal Headwear for Beginners DVD. Sheila will guide you through an array of beautiful bridal designs, including a pearl tiara, the star hair comb, a twisted spiral tiara, and much more. This DVD is packed full of inspiration and helpful hints and tips. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Oh my goodness, it is just bedazzling. It's absolutely beguiling. It really, really is. You know the kind of those textured connectors that we do. You know, the ones that unscrew. It's like those, but at these really beautiful spaced out intervals. So you get this really gentle kind of separate links. You get these really gentle individual links, and then you get this ping, 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 ping of light bursting across these barrels. This, by itself, to me, is a necklace. Well, it is a necklace. It's got the clasp and everything. It's even got the extender upon it as well. But this, to me, is actually a feature point. This, to me, is actually a point that I could see selling on our sister channel just as a piece by itself, let alone for us jewellery makers who know we can add things on if we wanted to. We can add on veils. We can add on our own pendants. We can make it interchangeable. But even just as a necklace, it's sensational. Do you want to take a really good look? Because I tell you what, see it when the light catches. Oh, it's just sensational. Isn't that beautiful? Can you see the detail? Maybe if I put it against my skin, it's easier. There you go. Look at that. That is unlike anything I've seen before. Is it you? Jan.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Sorry, I didn't do that properly. Is it for you, Lady Jolly Dwyer?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's brilliant because you've got all those sections in between the links, haven't you? That just let the light bounce off them. All that detail. Just beautiful. Just wearing that on its own is just stunning, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Well, you've been wearing it, and it's
I've been wearing it. I've been wearing it with a dress. I've been rocking it with this T-shirt.
Yeah.
And do you know what? Both ways it suits, doesn't it?
Perfect.
It does.
It catches the light. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah,
love it.
Would you, if you weren't just have this as a necklace, what else would you be doing with it?
Well, you could add it into a design. If you've got a multi-strand necklace, you could even sort of add that in, add that silver chain element to a multi-strand necklace,
Love that idea.
Into a bracelet. But to be honest with you, I'd probably wear it on its own, or just make a simple sort of pearl drop and add that to it. Just something simple. It's beautiful.
I
really
think
stunning.
It's just astonishing, isn't it? I think it is just spectacular. And let me just talk to you about this. Let me just show you here exactly what we've got. Can you see those little loops, those little links? That little detail there. And then can you see these large barrels? Isn't that just, if I put my skin against that, can you see that detail? Now that is going to give you a glint, a gleam, a catwalk, a glimmer of light. That's going to give you femininity and really draw the eye down. Because as this does catch the light, it will give you just the most sensational of effects. It truly, truly will. I've got for you here a massive quantity. You've seen that start quantity. It's big. It's larger than you might be used to seeing. But because I've got that amazing quantity, I've been able to do something naughty with the price of this. Don't forget, and look at it, this chain. Please just think to me, do you think there's more gram weight in this chain than there might be of a large linked chain, or less? It's more. More gram weight, of course, because if you've got a large link chain with the large links holding together, they're taking up more space, but actually you need less metal to do that because they are open links, they are large open links, so it is taking up, to make a whole length, a lot less metal, because if you've got large links, you're taking up a large amount of space. Small, tiny, delicate little links, you're going to need more links to make up a necklace length. So the gram weight on this is much more than that of our usual sort of bigger link chains. In fact, our gram weight approximately on this is, well, it's over 2.5 grams. It's almost 3 grams. There it is, 2.6 grams it is. So you know, over your 2.5 grams. So you've got a lot of gram weight in here, because these links that are really, really intricate and really, really delicate in between, and those, don't forget, are the links that give us this stunning articulation. Can you see that articulation that kind of bands over the fingers? Now what that means is, as it catches the light and gives you that catwalk, can you see that? What that means essentially is, when you're wearing this, it's going to rest against the décolletage, it's going to go across the collarbone, it's going to drape down, it's going to give you that beautiful kind of fluidity and really elongate that body as well, and that piece that you're showing off, that you're kind of showing on yourself. You are getting that because of those really gentle, delicate links. But also, don't forget, you've got the heavy gram weight because of those big, large tubes almost intermittently throughout this, all of course measured out beautifully. So you've got that detail within there. So you've got that lovely span. In fact, if I hold it like that, can you see that big pan of light across them? Now, I'll be honest with you then and say to you that actually, what I have here in front of you is, you know, the $12.95 or $9.95 style chain. It is, because really we don't have a complete and absolute plan to it, but usually as soon as we're over 2 grams, you know, we will be at the £10 mark for 2 grams worth of a 95 chain. It's different for different pieces, but for chain and necklace with the clasp and the extender attached, 2 grams, we're at the $9.95. You know, we're above 2 grams. We're heading there more towards the $11.95. Because we started off with so many, today I've been able to do a really naughty deal. It's not $12.95. It's not even $9.95 today. For you today, £7.95 we've taken this to, but that's purely due to the amount I've got. You saw my starting quantity. I started off with a fair few hundred, but we're rolling that down for you. We're rolling it down because more and more people are coming in. More people are absolutely rushing in now, flummoxed by that price point, because we get really, really used to our prices here, and we do. And I've got to say, our price on chain is phenomenal, especially on our 925. And don't forget, for me as well, you do have the section of the chain that says 925 in it, so everyone who wears this or works with this will know that it is the real deal 925. But when we've got over 2.5 grams worth of precious metal, our price points over 2 grams is usually the 995. Once we've got quite a bit past that, as we have here, we're normally the 1295. We are not 795 ever. Until today. I've got big heavy gram weight. Big heavy gram weight means more inherent value, because I've got more of that precious metal. It is the inherent value that's really boofed up there. You've got that inherent value with this because it is 925. It is that high-end 95. Everybody works with exactly the same 95 that we have here, and you have got absolutely plenty of it to work with. You really, really do. Today, for you though, I've actually got less than 300 of these now because there's so many multi-buyers. But our kind of clock counter doesn't count the multi-buyers until right near the end, because it has to catch up. I have got everybody that I can see, bar maybe 3 or 4 people who are actually everyone's getting doubles. I can't see anyone treating themselves to singles, really. Literally a handful of people, that's it. Vast majority 2s and 3s. So please do come in and treat yourself to this, because that is not a price point I can guarantee again on something over 2.5 grams worth of precious metal. Because don't forget, you know, we don't necessarily have guidelines and rules for exactly what price we need to go on certain things. You know, we do naughty drops sometimes, but I've got to say, when it is 2 grams worth or above, we're at $9.95. That's just the way of the land, that's the way of the world. We're at $9.95 at JewelleryMaker price. It's usual go-to kind of price points for certain things, but today we've taken it down to that price just because of quantity. It's a bulk buy purchase order. We did a bulk buy on this, which means we got a massive amount. It's like if you go to big kind of warehouse stores, you know, the likes of your Costco's or your, think of another one, Ben. Maplin, yeah. He wasn't sure about that. Or where else do you bulk buy? Warehouses. staples.
Bulk buying staples.
Yeah, Ben is so happy with himself. I think you redeemed yourself from Maplin. You redeemed yourself there, beautiful Ben. Yeah, absolutely. Those type of places. You know where you buy in bulk, the more you buy, the more discount they give you because you're buying more items. It's exactly the same as that. Exactly the same as that. We bought a massive amount. We bought a big quantity. You saw I started off with 500. Obviously, I've only got about 250-ish now. But I started off with a huge amount. And what that means is, because we got a discount when we bulk bought, we've passed that on. I'll be honest, we didn't have to, but we've decided to do that today. I can't guarantee that that is going to stick with this, but I can guarantee that it's your price on it today. It's $7.95. I think that's phenomenal. It really is. Can I just ask you, when you're wearing 925, Lady Janet Dwyer.
Yes.
How does wearing 925 make you feel?
Well, it makes you feel special, doesn't it? It makes you, it's got a really nice feel. So it's, and if you're giving us gifts as well, it's always nice to give sterling, isn't it, as a gift?
Yeah.
So yeah, for me that would be a must. I'd be getting those for my stash. I'd be buying multiples of them to put in my stash, and just to use them as and when I wanted to. They're beautiful.
Do you know what this is great for? This is great for those moments when someone bobs over and brings you, you know, a gift, or someone bobs over just to say hi, and then you remember, oh, actually, it's their birthday next Tuesday, or even worse, it was their birthday last Tuesday, I've forgotten. To have this already in a really nice box that you just pull out of that gift drawer.
Perfect.
Sorted, isn't it?
Yeah, perfect. I mean, yeah. Who wouldn't want to get that as a gift?
Absolutely.
It's gorgeous.
Absolutely. And any age would love this.
Yeah.
Imagine giving 925 to, say, even a 7-year-old, you know, it's their first piece of 925, you know, little girl, she wears it for special occasions. Well, that's going to be something for her to remember. Giving 925 to 77-year-old who understands the inherent value of 925, who understands the design and the workmanship and craftsmanship of this, is equally as special to them. So it really does range in age, doesn't it?
Well, it does. I mean, and the thing is, to have that silver chain that's different, you know, it's just not just the simple links. It's got that added design feature, hasn't it? So again, the work is done for you, really.
It's done, isn't it?
Like you say, you could put that in a beautiful box and give that as a gift, as it is.
Yeah.
And people are not going to think, oh, they've spent under £10 on me.
No.
You know, I mean, you look at that, it's just beautiful.
Absolutely. It's astonishing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
I just need to let you know I've got more like 230 with us now. The counter's just not keeping up with us because so quickly these are selling out. They're just zooming out the door and there's so many multi-buyers. So I'm closer to 230 left at this moment in time. So over half of my stock gone on this. If you want to treat yourself to it, now is the opportunity for you to do so. Get that glamour, get that high shine effect, and get it at a bargain deal. $7.95. Well done all. Now I'm going to bring to you your cutters. I'm going to bring the memory wire first off. I love that chain. Well done everyone who got that. Got the flush cutters of the memory wire variety for you here. Memory wire, if you cut it with your actual flush cutters, you do not forget quickly. Do you, Jan?
No, you don't. You cry for a while.
Yeah.
Quite a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't want to be doing that. These are perfect. They go through memory wire like butter.
Don't they?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolute butter, beautiful. They're just amazing.
Yeah.
And I've got them with me. I wouldn't be without them now.
If you have any memory wire in your stash and you do not have these, it's a need.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I used to use a pair of old pliers that I got out of my other half's toolbox, and I had to really, you know, force to actually cut them. With this, it's just like butter. I think we showed it last time, and it's simply. You don't have to put any pressure on it at all. It's perfect.
I did, you know, I do for my memory why I have an old pair of pliers, but it is a matter of interlocking your fingers, your knuckles, and really giving it full force, isn't it?
Hard work, isn't it?
Oh, it's hard. It's hard work. Seriously hard work. You've got to really go for it. You really do. It's a lot of strength in there that you have to be putting on it to even make a dent. Really is. I have got your memory wire here for you today, your memory wire cutters. We do memory wire lots and lots and lots in things like our kits and bundles and things, and we have workshops even on memory wire. You know, we use them a lot in things like your chips and nuggets. These are fantastic. Alison, they are fantastic. Weird, I just said. I use them all the time and no effort at all. A must for everybody. Well, I want everyone to treat themselves to it today. Your price point, just £17.95 for you today to get your hands on these ones. Do treat yourself to it whilst you get the opportunity to, because you don't have them on often at all, and they are extremely popular, and honestly they will make your life easier. And don't forget, it's 30-day money back guarantee even with these. You might think, oh, well, as soon as I open the packaging, oh, I can't send it back. Nope, not the truth. Not the truth at all. You absolutely can. £17.95 for you today. Get them whilst you can. Well done. Your cutters. I've then got, did you say, the pliers. Now, Jan, you've used these since day dot.
Yeah.
Why?
Love them. They're brilliant. They get into all the little nooks and crannies. For me, when I'm making, especially when you're making rings and things, you know, you want to be getting in there.
Nice.
So these help you with that detail. And yeah, I wouldn't be without them now. And they're great to work with as well, because they've got that really great comfort grip on them. And again, it just makes your life easier. But it helps you to get a professional finish, and at the end of the day, that's what we're all striving for. We're striving for the best finish we can on our pieces.
We are, and it's not even just if you sell them, is it?
No.
It's about for our own friends and family. I know we talk a lot about selling, but it's not all about that. It's about professional finish. Can mean for your loved ones, your friends, your family. You know,
if I'm making a piece for myself, I want it to be finished properly. I want it to be finished professionally and have that really, you know, someone comes up to you and says, oh, that's a lovely necklace, where did you get your necklace from? You want to talk about you made it, so you don't want a shabby finish on it. So the best finish you can get on a piece, then you know you've got to. For me, I'm always striving for that, for finishing, to get that perfect finish, and tools like these help me do that.
Yeah. It's fab, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they are, I mean, precision. Do you mind if I borrow some of your, say, chain nose pliers or round nose pliers? Just the normal ones off the pink, yeah. Something like that. You're an absolute love, thank you kindly.
There you go, my dear.
So these ones are essentially to do the same job, aren't they? That's what they're made for. They're made to do exactly the same job. These are our original ones, which you can find in our original toolkit, which is a great price. Have a look online if you've never done jewellery making before. It's a really good price. Can you see, you know, the size of these? And they do get to a nice precision point, actually. I always think our pliers are great for that. But in comparison, I mean, seriously, this is precision. This is high end, this one here, the blue, isn't it? You're getting to such a fine point there in comparison. And even just looking at the size of the pieces on them, you know, if I show you them from the side view, you can see which ones are the more precision, can't you? And you can see that these ones are very professional. Your price point today to get your hands on the pliers is just £15.95. It's going to give you a really streamlined finish. Now we get into all those nooks and crannies, isn't it?
It does, and I think the thing is, you might think, well, I've got those pliers and they're doing a perfect job. It's not till you use these that you realise how much more they do for you.
Yeah.
You know, they're not just pliers. They're for me, personally, they're an essential piece of my kit.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah.
And at £15.95, just a great price. So get them whilst you can. Well done, absolutely, everybody. Okie pokey, what do you say next? Regal Royal Gemstones we have for you next. Some real stunning pieces in this. So it is our Regal and Royal Day today, because in 1981 today, Charles and Diana did get married. So we've got some royal creations I've got for you now. Start off with sapphire. Blue sapphire. I mean, when we talk about regality, we've got it here, haven't we? Speaking of the monarchy, with our blue sapphire, it is a gemstone that has a lot of connotations in kind of British history, I suppose, to do with love and admiration. One reason is because when the king married, fell in love with Mrs. Simpson, and he wasn't actually allowed to marry her because she was a divorcee. She had been married before, and those were the rules. You're not allowed as a monarch to marry someone of those times who had previously been married. So he's the first king ever to abdicate the throne in Britain. No one else has ever done it before or since. He abdicated the throne. He essentially said, I don't want to be king anymore because I want to marry this woman so much. So he did. He stepped down from the throne because he was head over heels in love with Mrs. Simpson. And he's the only king in regal times to ever do it. And you know, it wasn't that long ago. You know, people alive now will remember those times and those eras. So he abdicated the throne, and it was said that one of the first pieces that he ever bought Mrs. Simpson after he'd abdicated was a multicoloured blue sapphire bracelet. And it was said that she loved it so much that what she did was she actually had the sleeves altered on her dresses so that she could show off this beautiful bracelet. Now that bracelet is actually in a museum now and has been auctioned off to multiple different locations. But when you see it does have those beautiful tones of sapphire blue that I can see running through this strand actually. Now I tell you what, if you wanted a piece like that you'd have to pay a pretty penny, but today we're going a little bit off kilt. Your price point is not $27.95. I tell you what, we're having a right royal knees up today and we are dropping that price low for you. Get ready, get ready. £24.95 to get your hands on genuine real deal sapphire. That is astonishing with all those blues, with all that archetypal tone. People are going to know that, aren't they? People are going to know this sapphire the real deal, aren't they?
Oh, it's just beautiful, isn't it? It's stunning. And the thing is, what I would say is, you know, if you are selling your jewellery, advertise the fact that you're using sapphires and you're using the fabulous gemstones that we've had today. Yeah, and everybody knows sapphire, don't they? And that blue is just gorgeous. Stunning. And with the pearls again,
isn't it?
Yeah. Beautiful.
New low price point
Beautiful.
for you there, $24.95. Don't expect that to last long. FANV54 is your code on this one today if you want to get your hands on genuine blue sapphire at just $24.95. It is lovely with that stunning array of colours and a truly regal gemstone. I'm sure we will all agree. Well done everybody who got your hands on that. Lots of you coming in now, but do check out those baskets whilst you get the opportunity to do so. 21, did you say? I've got something now that was banned to be worn by many people. Have we heard of Papadash sapphire? Have we heard of that? Papadash sapphire is a very well-known sapphire, a locale of sapphire. It was only mined for a few years. It was mined for around about a handful of years, 4 or 5 years it was mined for. And it was a beautiful high shine gemstone. This is the closest thing, really, you can get to it nowadays, and this to me is spectacular. It was banned by the Tsars for being worn by anybody else apart from those who themselves were Tsars, who were heads, who were leaders, who were seen as regality and seen as royalty. They banned everybody in Russia from wearing this because they believed it was something to be saved only for the very privileged few. You can be one of the privileged few today if you want. Imperial topaz. Stunning. Imperial topaz, very much like your Papadash sapphire, is that one locational gemstone. It comes from beautiful Brazil. Very much like Papadash sapphire as well, this is an absolutely natural gemstone. It's unlike any of its brothers or sisters. You know, things like your Swiss blue topaz, your London blue topaz, those other topazes, those are all irradiated. So they're all irradiated, they all get shot with gamma waves essentially, locked away for months and months at a time so that they're safe for humans to have alongside them. And that's something that all, you know, Swiss blue topaz, London blue topaz, essentially topazes will have gone through. This has not. This is absolutely natural and beautiful. Very much like that Papadash sapphire, very natural and very beautiful in its form. Another thing actually, a likeness of this to the Papadash is the most expensive tones that you can get in an imperial topaz, very much like a Papadash sapphire. The most expensive tones you can get to pay for are the golden tones with a hint of pink. I've never ever seen a strand with as much gold and pink in it as this. Look at those centre ones. They're almost pink in themselves, aren't they? So this I know is a high quality strand and a high price strand. Well, it should be. Your price. Ignore that. It's a one locational gemstone. It's rarer than many gemstones. It's rarer than a lot of our big four. It was banned to be worn by many. Today, We can all own it at that price point. £29.95. That is an absolute madness price drop on this. That is absolutely loop-de-loo. We've just taken around £15 off this in total. That is an absolute shocker. This is a one location of gemstone. It comes from one place. It comes from one really small area. In fact, I can't remember if I sent you a slide last week about this, did I? The other day on, when was it? On my last day? Yes, I did, didn't I? In fact, I've got a picture of the mine if you want to have a little look at it. There's a picture of the mining area here. It's a one locational mine. So can you see that top picture of the gentleman bending down? Yeah, that's Steve Bennett. That's my boss. And he's actually looking for pieces of this. And can you see, just underneath that picture, there's a picture of like a fingertip pointing down into this rough. That's actually him pointing at a piece of your imperial topaz. And can you see it's almost impossible to see it, isn't it? That's another reason this is such a hard gemstone to find. And I really like this quote from Steve that he says that you know, you occasionally see from oranges to pinks, and that's exactly what I've got in here, isn't it? It says imperial topaz is one of those gemstones that all gem collectors and connoisseurs seek to one day acquire. And just think about that. Connoisseurs seeking to one day acquire. It is like that. It is for the connoisseurs, it is for the gem collectors, it is for those people. That was a little quote from Steve there. You know, it is one of those gems that we hope for one day to get, because yeah, we do bring you imperial topazes at £60, £70, £80. This one was £45. It just so happens today we want everyone to feel like royalty. We want everyone to feel a little bit regal, so we've taken it down in price. That price point is astonishing. I've got to say, it can't be a price. I've never seen a price like that for a strand like this ever in my days here at JewelleryMaker. The quantity is diminishing, and I don't just mean here at JewelleryMaker, I mean in general in the world. Did you know that for imperial topaz we can only get a few months of the year, a bit like your chrome dioxide, Russian chrome dioxide. We can only get it a few months of the year. 33 opportunities left, that's it. Once it's gone, it's gone. I'm in my last chance saloon officially. But it is, we can only mine this a couple of months a year, and that's because the water table essentially floods the mine for many, many months of the year. We can only get this about 3 or 4 months of the year. And the even more interesting thing is, you know, when we go to Russia, to Siberia to get our chrome dioxide, we can only mine that a few months of the year, can't we? You always see the picture, don't you? We can only mine that a few months of the year. But you've seen the picture with these huge trucks and this huge machinery. With imperial topaz, because of the area it's in and because of the lines of the fault lines and everything else, we can actually, even though we can only mine it about 3 or 4 months, in that mine we don't have truckloads of people. You can only have up to 4 people mining it at any one time. Oh my gosh, I've not got many left. I've got to move on. Well done everyone who got that. It truly is a treasure of the earth, so well done to you all. Fab price point. Do you know what would go really nicely with it, because of all those pink and gold tones? This is a 925 gold-plated chain with spinel. Oh, I love spinel. Isn't that a beautiful strand? Ooh. What have I got here for you? Well, it's a meter's worth of your 925 chain, enveloped in that gorgeous gold. Gold is getting trickier and trickier for us to get our hands on. Have you noticed you're seeing, you know, less and less of it on JewelleryMaker? I certainly have. It is getting harder and harder and harder for us to get our hands on. So, you know, if you do see it and you do love gold, obviously, do treat yourself to it, because it is harder and harder for us to get our hands on it. It's got this gorgeous glow to it, a really beautiful golden tone, which is just so rich. And don't forget the situation at the moment. Prices are going up and up and up and up and up for numerous different reasons. You know, mine's going bankrupt before they've even opened. Gram weight's going down from finding and sourcing. It's just astonishing, really. I have got here for you approximately a 2 by 1 mil on the spinel themselves, but I have got a meter's worth of this in total, and I do have those double wrap loops in between each of these as well. I've got a meter's worth, your price point today for this and spinel. £14.95. What do you think of that, Jan?
That's amazing. I love spinel.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And that just looks stunning, doesn't it? For me, that's a piece of jewellery, really, just waiting for a clasp.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Or not even that. You could just link them together and wear it as a really long necklace or wrap it around.
Yeah.
Stunning, absolutely stunning.
Sensational, isn't it? And I'm
Love
just
it.
popping it this back of my neck just because I wanted to see, you know, where I would have it. I'd have it laying about here, maybe a little bit longer, to give myself a little bit more length there. Okay, so this, if I'm taking a measurement, that there for me is a necklace length.
Yeah.
So I've got another necklace to be made there and 2 bracelets from this.
That's
And
amazing.
at $14.95, you wouldn't sell 2 necklaces and 2 matching bracelets at that price ever, would you?
No, I mean, I'd probably put a sterling silver gold-plated clasp on it, and I'd sell that, the necklace, for double that price.
Yeah.
Because it's just beautiful. The spinel is stunning.
Stunning, isn't it? Hello Shirley, lovely. She says, hi little JM, laid in my hospital bed, watching you on Freeview and downloaded the app to my new iPhone. Big mistake, methinks. Too much temptation. Shirley, big kisses. Oh, there's nothing worse than being in a hospital, is there? Oh, no. Feet up. Well, you're in the right place and do get better soon. And don't worry, we will keep you on your iPhone, other mobile phones available all the time, so you've got us nice and near. Oh, I hope you feel better soon, my love, I really do. $14.95 is your price on this. Get it whilst you can do. Right, I'm heading on over to the lady I like to call No It's Not in a second. But first off, it's Stop By. This is a special one. This is something we've got to get our hands on as quick as you like. You ready? Get ready to fall in love. Emerald. Not just any emerald, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no. Zambian emerald. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love and adore Zambian emerald. It is a gemstone which is totally unique, completely individual, and something we really find special to work with. I have got a little slide for you to take a look at with this as well, if you wish to. Just because Zambian emerald, you know, we don't always talk about location of gem, do we? Not always, but with emerald, it is something that makes a dramatic difference. It really is. I've got Colombian emerald, we've got Brazilian emerald, and this is your Zambian emerald. And Zambian emerald is exceptionally special. I have this little slide for you to have a look at that will just explain exactly why. So this is Steve, who we'll all know. He's my the CEO of the company. He's our manager here. And he's saying that essentially it was often thought that Zambian emerald was the finest source of gem for emerald, that there was any kind of possibility because of its uncharacteristic brilliance. And I tell you what, when he says brilliance and kind of the amazing luster, but also that clarity, I've got all of that on here, haven't I? Can you see it yourself? Can you see that clarity? Can you see that brilliance, that sparkle? As the light it kind of enters, you can see this fusion through the jardins with that beautiful kind of light interplay, which is just so eye-catching, isn't it? Really is. If we take a look at that slide again as well, you'll be able to see in there that he's, you know, there's a picture there of the local area in which we work with. You know, we do work in those community areas with the miners, with themselves, you know, helping as a company kind of to really help them out with their pieces. This is from a selection of a location that is owned by a company called Gemfields. And Gemfields themselves spend approximately £150,000 a month on diesel and fuel alone to get their hands on this, which, I mean, it's a high price just to get their hands on this. Gemfields, by the way, is the ones who's kind of owned by, sorry, not owned by, the kind of their representative at this moment is Mila Kunis. So it's a company, it's a gemstone that really is shot into prevalence right now, isn't it?
Well, I mean, look at that. Yeah, I love it. The green, as I said before, I love green gemstones. I love emerald, and for me, I usually just buy I've got lots and lots of different emeralds, but I don't think I've got any Zambian emerald, to be honest.
No.
I don't think I have.
It gives you an uncharacteristic look. It really, really does. It gives you a brightness. It gives you a depth unlike any other. I wonder if you'll be able to see it better if I get my torch out. And this is 25 carats worth. It is very, very special. Completely and absolutely natural. Could you see that clarity? It's astonishing, isn't it?
It's special, isn't it? It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's unlike anything else we would normally expect from say, your Brazilian. You have got plenty to treat yourself to here today. It's a really gorgeous workable strand. 25 carats worth of this emerald, your price point today. That, for something so prestigious and so high-end, is astonishing. No one wants as the #1 source for your emerald. I mean, you can't get much of a higher kind of nod than that, can you?
And the thing is, you could add a couple of these into a piece and just lift that piece.
Yeah.
And so you know, that's going to go a long way. That strand is going to go across a lot. I mean, I personally wouldn't use it in one piece.
No.
I mean, you could do, and that would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
But I would spread that across a few pieces and just drop 2 or 3 into a design.
Yeah.
And make them really special.
Make it really special, make it something very special. And don't forget, when you're selling things like Zambian emerald, it is important that you make a note of that. Highlight it if you are selling it on, if you are passing it on, and don't forget to get your authenticity with this. $89.95 for you today, 25 carats worth there. Well done all. Right, I'm out of here. I am out of here, and I am over to Jan. Hi, Jan.
Oh, yeah?
You alright?
Yeah, I'm good. Come on over.
Oh, well, don't you worry. What have we got in this selection?
Oh, just beautiful.
Special, isn't it?
Beautiful, beautiful. I think it's called Princess something, hopefully. Beautiful. And that was my inspiration. When I looked at it, I thought, you know, what sort of jewellery would a princess want to wear?
Well,
and I thought of you, and I thought...
Oh, stop! No, carry on.
Yeah, this is what I came up with.
Do you want to take a look? Oh, just enjoy.
They were great to work with. The gemstones are just beautiful. And with the wire, and again pearls, you know, it's just phenomenal. It was a great kit. All 3 kits today have been brilliant. But this is sort of, yeah, the gemstones are special, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely special. I've got these gems here, which I think I want to save. I'm going to bring you the wire and the pearls first off. Nice to have some silver.
Yes, yeah.
Different, isn't it?
Yeah, and with the blue of the pearls, I thought they were perfect.
They do work really well. I've got 0.8 in this wire here, which is lovely because we've got some dainty delicate pieces. I've also got your 0.4 there, 10 metres worth, and guess what? 15 metres, because it's your 0.5, my long lost friend. And it does go beautifully, I have to say, with those straight drill pearls. Because it's got that lovely, beautiful kind of ice-like blue to it, hasn't it? They are an ice blue. And these are your straight drilled Baroque pearls. They're approximately a 6 by 5. Now, the straight drill makes it really easy to do pieces like the one we've just seen, isn't it?
Yeah, it does, because you can, they'll sit nicely against, like with the bangle, a wire frame, so you can easily wrap them in. Yeah, they're just beautiful.
Sensational, aren't they? Now I'm just going to borrow your pliers, if I may, because I want to open up this box. If anyone gets these boxes, by the way, and says, oh yeah, could you open them? Just pop your pliers in at either side, so what's I do? Let me show you this.
Oh, I love this.
Whoa!
I took them into the garden when I got them and said to my other half, come and have a look at these. Then we both stood in the garden looking at them. They were just sparkling. The sun was shining and they were just sparkling.
Oh,
stunning, aren't they?
Let me just get this out for you now, if I may. It is just phenomenal. It really is something else. Oh, just give it a little polish. I mean, the way this has been faceted, it's hypnotic.
It does, it draws you in.
It really does.
Doesn't it? So beautiful.
And it looks big. This gemstone's cut in a way that it makes the gem itself look bigger. It appears to the eye that you're getting a bigger carat weight, and that's because the table is smaller on this, and then you have those facets. I'll just show you. I'll show you. You can see for yourself. Fantastic. Look at that. Do you see what I mean about it being hypnotic? Now obviously I've got the black. If it looks a bit dark shining through, it's because obviously I've got the black of the claw, but I tell you what, the sparkle, the intensity, can you see that brilliance? Sometimes known as internal luster. Can you see how your eyes almost drawn down in this kind of oh, I don't know, almost whirlwind effect, isn't it?
It's just like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got that like swirl in there, and
Yeah.
it just draws your eye into it. It's so beautiful.
Doing the swirl facet is actually pretty tricky, to be honest, because what you've got to do is you've got to get from the... Okay, so if I show you around the gem, because I know we don't do gems like this that often, if I catch the light on the table of this, you'll be able to see how it's quite a delicate, small table. Now, the reason for that is you get this look, you get more of those facet detail there. So can you see the light's caught in the centre there? That's the table. So because it is quite small compared to the gem, it actually makes the gem look bigger, because if that table was further out to the side, you wouldn't be able to have all of those facets. The facets of course, do take place not only, you know, sort of pinpointing towards the table, but they go all the way down that kind of, you know, the pavilion, they go around the girdle, they go all the way down to kind of the culé point and the crown area, of course, as well, all over here, which means you get that opportunity for this light interaction and for that hypnotic look to really just catch the eye. Oh, I think it's sensational. And guess what? You don't actually just get one of these. I'm bringing you 3 of them today, which is just a phenomenal selection to have, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. When I opened them, I just made a little squeal because they're just so beautiful.
They are, aren't they?
With the pearls and the wire, they
Yeah.
were just fantastic. Yeah, I feel so lucky.
And don't forget as well, they are clear quartz, so I know that a lot of these are looking quite dark actually when we're looking at them. It's purely because we've got them against black backgrounds, but if I put, say, these pearls behind it, you should be able to see how whatever you pair with it, the colour will shine through. So you see how that's taking on that blue tone? That's proof that this gem's going to go with anything. That's why I call it the chameleon of the gemstone world. It brings that blue through, which is sensational. 3 of those in total, and you do get the display box with them also. So let me reiterate, you're going to be getting 3 of those beautiful swirl cut gems, and they're 11mm. You're getting 3 of them. I've also got that entire strand of the beautiful ice blue pearls, and I've got all of that wonderful wire. You've got in total 10, 20, 35 meters worth in total. The price point is a shocker. I remember that the trio cut collections were $24.95 for quartz. I remember. It might not have been the same cut, it might have been a different cut, but I remember doing trio collections of these. And it was our birthday, not the birthday just gone, the one before. I remember around that time. An entire kit though for that price.
It's crazy. Because that's so beautiful. And again, the ring, you know, the ring for me is more than that.
Yeah, sensational, isn't it?
Yeah, and to get 3 of them, and they are, when you get them home and you look at them, they are phenomenal. You will just sit and stare at them for a long, long time because they're just beautiful.
They are phenomenal. If you pop it on, yes, it fits. But it is so eye-catching, isn't it? I mean, that is glamour. You know, you can imagine cocktail in hand out with the girls, can't you? With this on.
It is beautiful, and it's a really nice size for a ring.
Yeah, it's perfect.
But it's a really nice size then to drop into a pendant.
Yeah.
So it's a really, I don't like to call them usable because they're so beautiful, but a really usable size.
Yeah, you're right. And it always follows you around, doesn't it?
Isn't it gorgeous?
Oh, it's sensational.
It is mesmerising, isn't it?
It is absolutely mesmerising. Well done, everyone who's coming in to get their hands on these ones. You've got to be quick, though, because that will be gone. I am about to quickly bring on to you brand new bales as well, aren't I? Now this is very, very quickly because of course we will be losing free view in a moment or 3. So in 17 minutes, Director Kerry says. But just to bring these to you whilst I have the opportunity to do so. Sorry, can I borrow these? I haven't got my tweezers. Bales. I'd love these bales as part of this collection because the gemstones themselves can stand up to 925, can't they?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you would put 925 with the pearls, you would put them with the cut gemstones, and they're so pretty, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, with the pearls, you know, you could just pop a pearl in there. Or if you made a wire wrap pendant, you could even use that as the bail for a pendant.
Of course you can.
Oh,
stunning, isn't it?
They are lovely.
Now, you know the leaf design, it says leaf design. Actually, when I first glanced, saw a feather, so I suppose you could use it either way, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could go either way. For me, it looked like a feather as well, to be honest.
How would you use these then? Tell us how you actually would insert a gemstone.
Well, it's easy. I mean, you open them up, and then you just, the prongs that are there, they fit into the gem hole, and you just squeeze them back together. They are what they say, they're sort of pinch bails.
It's as easy as that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is that easy.
It is so simple.
They make great sort of earrings. Like I say, great as a pendant bail, if you sort of made a pendant and just squeeze that into the top to use as the bail.
Fantastic.
Great as a charm even.
Perfect as a charm.
Yeah.
And actually, if you did want to do earrings, you can, because I've not just got one, I've got 3 of these today. 3 for this price. Are you joking? Nope. $6.95.
Wow.
It's real 925. It's 925. This isn't copper, you know, with 925 over the top. It's pure 925. It says 925 at the top of the bales as well, so that if you're making it for your loved ones, they'll be able to tell that they're the real deal. What do you think? $6.95.
That's amazing. See, I'd be buying more than one of those.
Yeah, me too.
And then I'd be turning them into pendant earrings.
Yeah.
Turn them into little sets.
Yeah.
Stunning. Maybe with the chain that you had earlier as well.
Yes.
Perfect.
I don't know if I have any of that left, but I hope I do, because it was gorgeous. I just think fantastic addition to any 925 design, really.
Yeah, and like we say, I mean, with pearls it's great to add your sterling silver to. With these cut gemstones it'd be perfect. But with any of the kits we've had today, to be honest, you know, with the emeralds that you had earlier, any of them you would put with those. Yeah, sterling silver is a great addition to a piece as well, isn't it? Because it not only adds to the desirability of it, it adds to the value of it. Whether that's you selling or whether that's you giving as a gift, it increases its value, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's fantastic, isn't
Beautiful.
it? £6.95 for you today. Okay, Jan.
Yes.
What are we making?
Well, each of the 3 pieces, the gemstone is set in the same way.
All right, fab.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I set the gemstone.
Yeah.
And then just explain quickly how I sort of put it into the different pieces.
Fantastic.
Is that okay?
Yeah, perfect.
So what we're looking at creating is a little section, sort of like this, to actually sit the gemstone into.
Okay.
And then these are the prongs that are going to come up and sort of secure the gemstone in place. So to do that, what we need to do is take a piece of the 0.8. I'll just move that out of the way for a sec. Take a piece of the 0.8. Now it depends which of the designs you want to do as to how long you have this. If you want to do the spirally necklace, you need quite a long piece. But for the ring and for the other pendant, not so long. So we'll sort of, you'll see what I mean when I explain how I fitted them. So what I did then is I used my 6-step baler, but anything that you've got which is the right size to make a little round to sit the gemstone into. So all I'm going to do is make a round section and keep going until you've crossed over. So we've got that there. Now all we need to do is test that the gemstone, excuse me, there, is going to sit in there. So the gemstone sits in there really lovely. Okay, so I'll take that out, and then all we're going to do is take our pliers,
which I stole.
You did.
Thank you for letting me, though.
No, you're welcome. It's not everybody I'd let.
Thanks, Babs.
Get their hands on my pliers. And then all we're going to do is take the pliers and make a little bend in the wire there. So we're going to have our first prong just there. And what I'm going to do is use some of the pliers out of the toolkit as a measuring gauge, really. So what I'm going to do is pop those in there, and I'm going to pull that over. And I'm going to use that all the way around, so I know that the prongs are sort of going to be the same size. So once I've made that bend, I'm just going to take my fine pliers again into there and bend back. And then all we need to do is close up that little section there. Try and keep that as straight as you can. Try not to squish it out of shape too much. There we go. So that's the first one. And then all we need to do is go next to it, pull that out a little bit if you need to, go next to it and make the next one. So there, now we're on our way round to make the next one. So all I did is popped in my round nose pliers again and pull that around, so that gives that curve to that piece. And what I've done on this one, I've done it in 3. So what I would do then is perhaps do my other one here and then follow that round and do the next one. So all you would do is repeat that action here and here, so you've got them in that formation.
I see.
Okay, which is what I've done on this one. And then all you need to do once you've got that formation is use some of the 0.4 and just simply wrap around just to secure that in place. So all I've done, you can kick that out of the way, is taken the 0.4, just secured it here, wrapped it around a couple of times, and then just simply sort of stitch around it, just to add to the strength of the setting, and just make sure that it's not going to go anywhere. And as you go round, you might find that it overlaps a little bit, so just use your pliers and just kink it back into place. So that's all you need to do with that. So once you've done that, you can cut off your 0.4. I haven't gone all the way around, but I've gone round enough to secure it. So snip off your 0.4. And now what you need to do is decide what you want to do with the piece. If this is a little bit bent there, so all I'm going to do is just pop my pliers in and just put that back into shape. Kink that out. There we go. So now, if I was going to leave it as the pendant with the pearls on, I've actually cut this off and then I've stitched it into the pendant.
Okay.
If I'm going to do the spiral necklace, what I actually did is I sort of kinked that back and did some weaving along there and wrapped it around, so that was the start of the spiral.
I see.
And then continued that up the neckline.
Yeah.
For the ring, what I did is make sure I've got a long enough section, and then on the ring mandrel, what I would do is make sure that comes round to this section here, so you've got your wire coming off from each side, and then I simply use that then to make the, to make the ring. So the continuation of this wire then made the ring, so it was all done in one piece. That. Okay?
Yeah.
But for the pendant, I actually did cut them off. So what we'll do, we'll snip off those for now. So now you've got a sort of a free standing bail there that you can sort of sew into your pieces. And then all you need to do is take some round nose pliers, pop them onto the end there, just decide which way you want to go, and then just kink that over, just start that wrap over and put that into shape. So you've got those little shapes there, so you're creating those little prongs. They're actually gonna sit. And if you do this at this point and make that little loop, it sort of sits better onto the stone, I find.
I see.
So now what we need to do is set the stone into there. What to do that, you're going to have to open one of them, pop on the gemstone, so that's going to sit in there. I'm just going to pop that down onto the board, move that piece of wire out of the way, and then what we need to do, actually holding it's probably better, just hold that in place there, and then just pop over the prongs. So that's all you need to do to that one. Turn it around to that one, and then with that one. And what you can do then is just, the other good thing about these pliers, they open really wide, so you can actually just squeeze that in a little bit there and squeeze that one in, and that's basically what you need to do to secure that stone in place. And then with the pendant, I just sat that and wrapped around and wrapped that into place.
Fantastic.
And with that one, I continued with the 0.8 and made the necklace with that.
Lovely. Thank you for showing us that. We did have that message then, just asking, how do you judge the size of a prong?
Well, it depends the size of the piece that you're setting, the gem that you're setting. But for me, I did a practice piece.
Practice first.
Yeah, so do a practice piece first and just gauge.
Thank you so much for showing us that, Jan. Well done, everybody who got your hands on it. I'm going this way. I'll be back, Jan.
Okay.
Don't you worry, I'm back to you in a bit. Oh, how awkward, we're wearing the same outfit. Oh. Hello, everybody. Now listen, I'm over here for a very special reason. I want to squeeze this in as quick as I can for a very select few people. I'm about to bring you, it's Regal and Royal Day today. We're doing you Regal Royal Gemstones. I'm about to bring to you, you know, I brought to you the Zambian that was once thought to be the main source and kind of the biggest source of emerald. I'm about to bring you what is classed as the most expensive source of emeralds. I've got a couple of slides actually that will show you this perfectly. So the first slide I'm about to show you is I just typed in into my search engine Brazilian emerald. We bring you Brazilian emerald more times than not. Most of our emerald we bring you here at JewelleryMaker is from Brazil. And when I typed that in, this is the first thing that came up. It was for a piece of well, let's just say just over 1 carat's worth of Brazilian emerald, and with postage and packaging in British pounds it came out as £58.52. Now it's Brazilian emerald. It's a beautiful piece, lots of clarity to it. I wanted to find out the difference in general, because I know the difference in the trade, but it's all well and good me saying to you in the trade. I wanted to find out the difference in price with location of emerald. So I typed in the same carat weight, the same shape as the Brazilian. The only word I changed, I deleted the word Brazilian, and put in Colombian. What do you think your price point difference was? Look at that. From exactly the same weight, exactly the same shape, exactly the same cut, Brazilian emerald going for under £60, Colombian emerald going for £3,818. That's the type of difference we're talking about here. I'm not talking about, you know, a different game. I'm talking about something completely out of this world and out of this park. This, ladies and gentlemen, is classed as one of the most expensive and most luxurious locations to get your gemstone of emerald in the world. That is just sensational. That itself is stunning. Think of that price difference from around £59 to over £3,500. That's because the gemstone from this location is generally harder to get out of the ground. It's generally more sought after because of its appearance and its look, because you have more of that archetypal tone, that perfect saturation point, that perfect tone point, and therefore it's sought after more, and therefore, you know, people are trying to get it out of the ground, yields go down, popularity goes up, people can't get their hands on it. So because of that, it's one of the most expensive emeralds in the world. It's one of the most expensive locations to get your emerald from in the world. The way I would describe it is, I would describe it between a piece of coal and diamond. Okay, so a piece of coal and diamond, they're the same thing essentially, aren't they? They're carbon. That's what a diamond is. It's carbon. It's a piece of coal. It's a piece of charcoal essentially, but it's under specific elements. It's under specific heat. It's under specific pressure. And what happens is it looks like a diamond as opposed to a piece of something, a croquet that you'll throw onto your barbecue. So that's the main difference. That's really the only and main difference between a piece of coal and a diamond. That's how I would describe this. The difference between this and a Brazilian, there is that huge difference. Now, one of them, obviously it's not as extreme as that, but it's similar to that. One thing that I would say is if you want to get your hands on one of the most sought after Colombian emeralds in the world, we don't have many opportunities because my quantity on this is extremely low, because it's one of the rarest in the world. It's one of the rarest gemstones in the world in emerald anyway. To make it Colombian emerald, you're getting your hands on a tiny percentage of the market. Today, your price point isn't £3,500. Your price point today, £29.95. I need to put my hands up at this and tell you the honest truth. The only reason is we actually went to go and get our hands on this, and when we went and got this, we got it on the back of one of our sister channels going, and it was one of the times that the people who went and Steve went, etc., went and stayed with the mine owners themselves. It doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes it does, and it was just one of those things. It was passed on to us as a bit of a, you know, a bit of a mates rate thing, and I know that sounds crass, I know that sounds crude, but that's what it was realistically in many ways. It's stunning. £29.95. That is astonishing, isn't it? That is absolutely amazing that we're able to bring that to you. Don't get me wrong, I do love Brazilian emerald, and I absolutely do. I do love Brazilian emerald, but in the trade and in the world, you know that Colombian demands a higher price point. You know, do you mind if we see that slide again, just to prove a point, Kerry? That final slide, Brazilian emerald, look at everything, look at the information that's there. Both are 1.05 carats. They're both emerald. They were both natural. They were both in the same form, but that is the kind of price point you're differing with. Get your authenticity on this, because this was honestly, this was a one-off fluke that we got this strand. I'll be completely honest. This isn't the type of deals we can usually do on Colombian emerald, but we've managed to do it on this strand. Once this strand is gone though, it has gone. It really, do your research on Colombian emerald, get your authenticity with this, and I tell you what, when you give it to a loved one, give them the authenticity that tells you the location, because genuinely it makes a big difference. In particularly if you're getting something like this valued. So please do get your authenticity with this. If you get the opportunity to do so, you can do that by talking to the call centre, ask them about their authenticity. You can buy one for 50p, or you of course do get one with your email. If you're doing it online, you can kind of have a look back on your previous sales and print one off. It doesn't look the same. The ones we bring are laminated, and one thing I will say as well is, as far as I know, say you bought this today, then you can't bring it, you can't buy your authenticity on your, once you've purchased it. You've got to get it on the day of purchase, as far I know. So if you do want to get this, then please do treat yourself to this whilst you can. I've got about 8 of you with it in your baskets, and I am aware I've got people on the phone as well. So anyone who wants this, I just want to say a big congratulations. This isn't the kind of deal we're used to getting at all, and I can't say we'll definitely do it again for you. 10 carats worth of your Colombian emerald. Absolutely well done to everyone getting that. Now I am coming to the end of the show. If you're watching me on Freeview, and we are about to lose you on Freeview, but you know that you can watch us. Get your laptop open, get your tablet open. You can watch us online at JewelleryMaker.com, or why not just download our app? It's absolutely free. Watch us on that, because I've got more deals to come for you. And don't forget, if your basket's open, just add it on. Lovely to see you as always. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay tuned. It's JewelleryMaker. See you soon.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Wall of Fame, The Genuine Gemstone Company, Unit 2D, Eagle Road, Moons Moat, Redditch, B98 9HF. Get making and good luck!
Today's course has been really good. I've been on the micro macrame course with Deb Rudge, and we've been doing quite a lot of knotting techniques and bringing them together to make a little small owl. And then we're currently working on a freeform necklace or bracelet, which is really good because there's no rules. It's been a really good day. You get an awful lot from it, just in terms of being able to use your own imagination to transfer it into the piece that you're making, and it's just been a really good day, yeah.
If for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, you have the benefit of our no quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund.
We here at Jewellery Maker love to hear your feedback. So working in conjunction with FIFO, a global ratings and reviews provider, when you purchase a product from JM, you'll receive an email asking you to rate our service and our products. This helps us to bring you excellent customer service and ensure we're bringing you value for money and high quality goods. Have your say with Jewellery Maker FIFO reviews.
Join guest designer Debbie Bulford as she takes you on the fascinating journey of creating face canes using polymer clay. In each chapter, Debbie will guide you through how to create each part of the face, Then, with the final chapter, advance your skills and learn how to add detail and character to your piece. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre. Get creative with JewelleryMaker.
Have you ever thought about making your jewellery making hobby into a business? Come and join our experienced jewellery maker and small business trainer, Angela Edwards, on a fun and relaxed day of tuition into the Jewellery Making Business Academy. Angela will teach you the basic business skills, including how to create a business plan, how to access current and potential customers. Angela will inform you how you should price your products to appeal to your customers and how to make it easier for you to sell to the right people at the right price. She will also teach you on how to use social networking to your advantage and gain a key knowledge on legal requirements and insurances. For more information, please contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Jewellery Maker, and we're over here at the Wall of Fame just to mix everything up.
Yeah,
You start off, Jan.
Thank you. This is 193 and this is from Penny, and Penny says, hello, here is my entry made from polymer clay and an agate bead. Everything is from JM, and that's from Penny. That is beautiful, Penny. I love that.
I love that.
I love the blue in there. It's gorgeous, and the way it's sort of rosary linked as well.
Beautiful.
Stunning.
Thank you for that. Oh, way up. 196 has been getting a bit chain maily. Hello, Barbara. She says, good morning. I've been busy this week making a hand decoration using the silver and rose gold plated jump rings. Oh, just love doing chain mail, and I'm really enjoying Fleur's DIs. It was lovely to... Oh, I don't know. It was lovely to Lucy's little Charlie on Monday to see, I presume, and hope we see Carol's and Vicky's little ones soon. That is good luck all in the draw, Barbara. Thank you for that, Barbara. Gorgeous colours that we've worked with there, and I like the two tones. Pretty, isn't it?
Looks really
196.
This is 197. I'm going to put it there because I need to have it far away from me because I can't see very well. This week's entry is labradorite coins on sterling silver findings. All materials are from JM. Challenging myself to capture that labradorescence in the picture, but that is beautiful. You can't actually see it on screen, but you can see it from the picture. That's beautiful.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's that picture. I just can't. Are you afraid of spiders? Imagine a pair of earrings on a spider. That's what I feel that looks like. On a swarm of spiders.
Even the picture makes you feel.
Yeah, that's why I had to give it to you. Thank you for sending that in, though. I do like the gemstones. I did have a glance. 195 I've got here. Some more chain mail, everyone. Hi all, here's my entry to the Wall of Fame. It is a Romanoff link chain mail bracelet made with silver plated jump rings and clasps with ruby beads in the centre. All from JM, of course. My birthday is in July, and this is my first birthstone piece of jewellery. I love bracelets because I can look at them whenever I want. I can only see necklace and earrings if I look in the mirror. Not something I spend a lot of time doing. Good luck to all who enter this week and every week. Kind regards, and that's from Di Gregory. Di, thank you for that. Lovely little email. That's really nice. And the same. That's why I always love to wear your rings.
I try not to look in the mirror too much, so rings for me are the thing.
Yeah, for me. Love that. 195. Good luck, not long.
Oh, look at that. Oof. Ooh. The more you look at it, then. 194. And this is from Anne, and Anne says, please find attached this week's entry to the Wall of Fame. I have teamed up large clear quartz nuggets and silver coated pyrite nuggets. All components purchased from JM. This necklace looks absolutely gorgeous on. I hope this picture does it justice. Good luck to all the entries this week, and that's from Anne. Anne, that is beautiful. I love the way you photographed it as well.
Me too, me too.
It looks really stunning.
Really nice with that fabric. Thank you for that. Oh, what time is this? I'll do the runner-up. Oh, I really want to stop it perfectly. I can't, like. Okie dokie, so I'm about to announce some winners. Second place, that was good that. I didn't know you could play the mouth trumpet. Second place, which will win a £50 gift accredited to their account, is number 9797. The winner for £50 credited to their account, Rose Bilton! Yay! Congratulations, Rose! Right, awkward. You're up, Jan.
Can I do that?
Well done to you, Rose. Yeah, you can.
I haven't done
Try
this
and
for a
stop
long
it perfectly.
time.
Try and stop it perfectly. Go. Oh. No, see, it's hard, isn't it?
Almost.
I don't know, it's cheating. So this is for £100 accredited to this winner's account. No pressure, Jan. Make it a good one. Oh.
172.
172. 172. Belongs to Barbara Blemming. Yay! Barbara Blemming. I love a bit of alliteration, Barbara. You and I have lots in common. Barbara Blemming, well done. So, well done to both of you. Money accredited your account. Don't mind if we do.
No, that's cool.
Right, Jan, should we head on over?
Come on then, you go first.
Well, how shall we walk?
I don't know.
Stroll in the park. So, me and Jan are just going to stroll on over. Jan?
Hand on hip.
Is that how you walk in the park, Jan?
No.
Jan walking in the park? Anyway, I'll leave you there, Jan. I'll leave you there because it's clearance sale. Okay, I wasn't allowed to tell you about this. Why? Because essentially we didn't know whether or not we were going to be allowed to do it because it was meant to be Royal and Regal idea and Royal and Regal day, and we think Royal and Regal and we think high prices and high end, but we did have a few in for clearance, so we're going to do it anyway. Anybody ready for the flowers? Oh, Jan.
Like them.
Clearance. If you want clearance, if you want see you later goodbye prices, you've got to get yourself in on the phone lines. 0800 644 655. Guess what I've got here? I've not just got purple quartzite flowers that are coming in at 16 mil. I've got white quartzite in between these also, 4 mil on those ones. So in total, I've got approximately 253 carats worth approximately on this strand. Jan, this is going to be naughty.
Is it really?
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. It's clearance day.
That's beautiful. That purple is beautiful, isn't it?
Now,
what's she going to do?
Listen. This is your purple quartzite. This is a mischievous little strand we're going to do for you now. This is going to be one of those pieces that you can make your eternal daisy chain bracelets with. This is one of those pieces that your granddaughters, your grandsons, your nephews, your nieces are going to be able to play with and work with. I can count flowers, yeah, but I'll have to stop talking because I can't do both. 2, 4, 6, 8, just the flowers. 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 flowers. I do have the quartzite in between. So it's not even 21 gems. It's got the quartzite in between, but flowers is 21. Your price point should be...
Should be.
You would. Should be.
No.
Do you want me to take £1 off, Jan?
That'd be great.
All right.
Can we do that?
Yeah. Yeah, I could take off £1. Just £1. But 100 pence. Good that, isn't it? No. We laugh in the face of 100 pence. What does that laugh sound like, Jan?
Ha ha ha.
Yes, it does. Ha ha ha. £5.95 for you. I shouldn't say that too loud. Management are watching upstairs.
That's an illegal price.
Today.
We're not allowed to do that.
It was. Well, no, I know you're not. But it wasn't me, Jan, was it? It was Dion. It was Dion who dropped it for management purposes. So at £5.95, that is £1 lower than the lowest price ever we're allowed to go to on an individual strand. Dion's taking it there. Dion's gone. Dion's taking it that low, which I personally, management, would never agree with myself. I personally
Becky
wouldn't.
had me in a headlock earlier and told me to take it to this price. So
Dion? Dion? I didn't have you on one before, but I will later, love. £5.95. That naughty, naughty price point we're not allowed to go to. That was my producer, Dion, who is absolutely rocking her look today, isn't she? She looks super glam
very
today.
glamorous, isn't she?
Dion, where's your t-shirt?
Yeah.
I'll lend you mine in a bit. £5.95 for you today on that one. That is naughty, isn't it? Right, we're getting clearance on. We're getting it on. Tell you what, do you want to work together on this? Should we work together on this? Dion is going to let me move on to another product when she feels enough people have come through. If your names haven't gone off the end of my screen, I will have to carry on yammering about it. Yammering, because obviously we're dropping things to naughty prices, so we do have to make sure that we're getting enough out the door, or else, you know, there's just no sense in doing it, essentially. So what we're going to do, yeah, we really get in trouble then. So what we'll do is we're going to wait for names to come off the screen before we're going to move on to the next product. So if you all get it in your baskets and check it out instantly, then your names go off my screen quicker, which means I'm able to fit in more product. Deal? Okay, let's go. 0800 644 655 if you want quartz hearts. If you want to get your hands on your quartz hearts today, then add them to your basket and check them out. There's no need for you to kind of have them in your basket and go, oh, I'll think about it, I'll see about it. If your names go off my screen, as soon as they go off my screen, I will move on. I will move on to the next product. You know I've only got, what, 45-ish minutes left? So let's see how many we can get into this section. You've got 100 carats worth here of these clear quartz, and they are your faceted hearts. What does a heart mean to you? What does it mean to you, Jan?
It means love.
Yeah.
Profit.
Well, did anyone else see that coming? I did not. We were all thinking love, kindness, care, family, love, profit. Why profit?
Because people love jewellery with a sentimental value to them, and adding hearts in there does that. And if you're buying a gift for a loved one, or making a gift for a loved one, you know, there's nothing better than putting a little heart in it, is there? No. And they're gorgeous. The facets on there are stunning.
What do you think makes a good facet on a quartz? Do you like the big, bold, perfectly formed?
Yeah, I think they look fabulous because, like you say, they've got big facets, so the light bounces from them, and they're just gorgeous. They are beautiful. They're perfect pair of earrings. Perfect pair of earrings, aren't they? Your price point today on these gorgeous hearts, £11.95. Thank you everyone who's already checked out. You're lovely people. You're helping us move on nice and quickly. Your price point today, £11.95. This is a sale. We've got clearance. We're working together to bring you clearance products. And at £9.95, okay, we're on. We're ready. We're raring to go. At £9.95, how many earrings could you get out of these? How many pairs of earrings really simply could you get from here? How many... what? £8.95. I give up.
I give up as well. Jan, should we just go? Yeah. There's no point. What? £8.95. This is real deal quartz. This is a real deal quartz, family. You know, when you buy things like your quartz rings, you're paying. The first ring I ever properly bought myself as an adult was an amethyst, which of course is a quartz ring. And I bought it, and it was set into, it wasn't complete 925, it was silver, it was kind of plated and everything else, but a gorgeous piece of a very, very small piece, less than a carat of amethyst, and it's a quartz, and I paid for it, no accent gemstones, no nothing else, and it was £165, and I thought I'd got myself an absolute bargain, and I had, in comparison to some of the quartz that were there and some that were available, but those are the prices we're used to seeing, and don't forget that, please get yourself out there or have a little look online at shops, because when I bought that quartz ring for £165, I thought I was getting a bargain, because all the other quartz in other places was so much higher than that. The fact of the matter is that price point, you're getting your heart for pennies. Got mine and going to save them for my daughter's wedding jewellery.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that is so thoughtful. Perfect for wedding jewellery, isn't it?
Perfect wedding jewellery, yeah. Perfect for tiaras, for dropping into it. A single pendant for a bridesmaid would be gorgeous. like you say, make perfect rings. Yeah, they're great, and they'll go with any gemstone you've got in your stash as well, because they're clear and so beautifully and sparkly. They're just going to go with anything you've got.
Stunning, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got 37 on this strand, which I think is a really big amount, isn't it? 37, obviously it might be slightly more or less for you, but it'll be around 37 because they are 10 mil, 100 carats worth. What? Right. You know, do you know when you buy a pack of chewing gum, approximately how much a piece of chewing gum is each? You know that? I bought a pack the other day, and per piece of chewing gum it worked out as 16.5 pence for a piece of chewing gum. Did I have a bit of time to go? I could eat 2 pieces of chewing gum for the price of this, for the price of these each. Do you want to know how much they are each, Jam?
How much?
24p.
It's crazy.
24 pence for a genuine gemstone.
24p, so that's 48p for a pair of earrings.
Yeah, 48 pence for a pair of earrings.
Wow.
Lots of gravy. I should try it in an hour. Lots of gravy. I can't do it now. What am I doing? What that was. So you say it.
It's gravy.
It's gravy.
But
lots of gravy.
It's not instant gravy.
What?
It's not instant gravy, though.
It's not instant gravy.
They're your red wine gravy.
Red wine gravy.
They're your good gravy, they are.
Are you ready to plummet the depths of gravy with me? Fill me in on this gravy, please.
Well, Hannah and I have got this thing that there's gravy strands because they make you profit.
Yeah.
But some strands you can't class them as instant gravy strands, instant gravy, because they're just too special. So they're your red wine, your special gravy. Gravy that you have on special occasions.
Less of a gravy, more of a jus.
A jus. Yeah, but it doesn't sound the same when I go, that it's, the rest is jus. It's not me.
The rest is jus. Love that. So right, Jan, says Alex.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Perfect.
8.95. Your names have just gone off my screen, so I promised I'd move on. Pink. What? What are you talking about? This strand is not here. This is not here. This is not in this section. This is, okay, how would I describe this? It's a true connoisseur's piece. I would describe it as, black spinel? How many times do you see that in a week? Black spinel in a week, I've brought you some today. The other day when I was on with you, Jam, we had 2 in a kit. We had another strand by itself. I probably get to bring black spinel to you about 4 or 5 times a week. On average, 4 or 5 times a week. I don't get to bring you this 4 or 5 times a year. This is, take the idea of rarity in your mind and just take it out of this stratosphere. That is sumptuous, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is juicy. That is all of this kind of, all of these very berries. I can almost feel my taste buds tingling with that. It is absolute connoisseur piece. Wow. Now, when it comes to spinels, this colour is the most commercially important. So in kind of the land outside of Jewellery Maker, lots of people do sell different spinels, and spinel, black spinel, we always say it here as well, black spinel is often used as an accent to diamond. It's often used alongside diamond as kind of a way of accenting it. Whereas actually, pink spinel isn't that. Pink spinel is commercially very, very important because it will always be the centerpiece. This would not be generally accompanying anything else. Pink spinel would be the focal piece. Not like a black spinel, which would kind of frame something of more importance to some. This isn't really like that. This is the centerpiece. This is the crown jewel. This is that jewel in the crown. This is that focal point. That focal point, that high-end point, this is that central piece, which is spectacular. Now the interesting thing about this is with your spinel, you have that beautiful, beautiful high end of saturation. Now the perfect saturation approximately for a pink spinel, this very, very sort of commercially special piece, the average and go-to sort of prestige of saturation point is 60%. I'd say I've got that here. If you go over 70% on the pink spinel, the price point will drop. It's not viable. I don't know why this is still behind me. Okay, listen, this was not discussed. We did not discuss this. On Sunday, when we're all chatting and sorting out what we're doing today, we did not discuss this. Are you ready? Black spinel, 4-5 times a week. Pink spinel, 4-5 a year, maximum I've brought to you. Oh my gosh. This is spectacular, this is special. £20 off your strand. £20 off the strand, Jan. Wow. This is one of the rarest gemstones that we have in the world. This is rarer than a lot of the big four, a lot rarer than a lot of the big four. This is the most commercially important of all of the spinels. This is not used as its kind of add-ons or frames to things like a diamond, like a black spinel. This is the crown this is the jewel in the crown. This is the focal point. If this is in a piece, this is in the piece. It's not like a black spinel, which, don't get me wrong, we love black spinel and that can be focal points, but it's not usually. This always is. To give you £20 back in your pocket is astonishing. £20. But Jan,
beautiful.
Discuss.
It's just beautiful. The colour is gorgeous, and like you were saying, the berries, you can almost taste the raspberries and the strawberries. It's like yeah, that is just so fresh, so feminine.
I can't believe that price drop.
Beautiful.
That is ridiculous price drop. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is a connoisseur strand. This is for the gem collectors. This is for people who want to make their loved one the best pieces they possibly can. If you want to work with things, and don't forget about spinel. Spinel is present in the crown jewels. I know I keep saying that it is the jewel in the crown when it comes to spinel, your pink spinel, and it is. Don't forget that spinel of a similar colour to this is actually part of the crown jewels, once thought to be a ruby. The huge ruby in the centrepiece was actually found not that long ago, not to be a ruby in fact, but actually to be a spinel, because of that richness. What they thought they found is essentially one of the most perfect rubies in the world, is what they thought they'd found. One of the most perfect rubies in the world, with clarity, with that diaphanity, with that beautiful richness of warmth and tone in those very berry colours. It actually wasn't, you know, the best ruby in the world. It was actually spinel. It was stunning spinel, actually, and this is present now in the crown jewels. Just spectacular. Checking out those baskets, because I tell you what, once everybody checked out, I will have literally less than a handful left. So do keep your hands on that phone line while you get the opportunity to do so, because that is very special. I'm bringing you a special gem as well now, because it fits into the regality as well. This gemstone is really royal, really regal. Actually used to be saved only for artists and artisans. It's a gem we don't get on often. Take a look. It's your beautiful rhodonite. Do you know what? I love and adore rhodonite. Rhodonite is a spectacular gemstone, and it was saved and it was reserved back in the day. It was something that was only said to be used by serious artists, and not every artist could get their hands on them. A lot of the time it was only for commission pieces, and it was said in some areas actually that courts and places like that, courts and kind of places of prestige, would not let any artist work with this. They would only let them work on it if it was for something for the court, or if it was for something for that regal or royal or aristocracy family. I've actually got a pardon. I've actually got a picture for you of this, and this gemstone is a really, really interesting one, because this is a picture of the Kremlin. It's made out of your rhodonite. Now, this is one of those pieces that was commissioned to be made by a very, very much loved kind of artist at the time. And you can see that you've got the Kremlin there. And one thing I think is really interesting to point out is that the rhodonite is actually used as the backdrop to this. But alongside that rhodonite is emerald. If you look at the top near the clock, you can see those little globes. That is solid, pure emerald. You've got sapphire in this, which just encrusts the top, and you've got pure gold with this as well, not only on the face of it, but also in the mechanism. Because this gemstone was something so highly prized at that time that they believed that this emerald, sapphire, and gold stood in the same rows, they stood in the same line, they stood in the same for its prestige. Today, though, you don't have to pay an emerald or a sapphire or a gold price. Your price for rhodonite isn't even $8.95. We're taking it down. We're going to roll it down. This didn't used to get to be used by everybody. Only the select few got to use this. Today, you get to own it for £6.95. You get to own something that used to be worked alongside your emerald, your ruby, your sapphire. And look at it. It's got those beautiful colours to it. It's got that stunning back palette to it. Can you see those tones that we've got running through here? Oh, I just love it. Hi ladies, can you possibly tell me when you'll have more double drilled rhodonite on? I love this stone, it's amazing to work with. Thanks, lots of love. Good question. We will have to ask our buying team. We're not sure. And maybe pop some up on our Facebook and they might be able to tell you on our JewelleryMaker Facebook page. I'm not sure when we're getting it back in, but I completely agree with you. It is one of the nicest gemstones, I believe, to work with because look at it. It's a very grown-up hue to this, great for men and for ladies. It's got that kind of almost turquoise matrix running through it, doesn't it? It's got that mystic turquoise-esque look to it, which I just think is spectacular. It's got a colour unlike any other as well. Can you think of a gemstone with a colouring like this off the top of your head? I can't. It's just beautiful though, isn't it? Can you see? You get a really nice melting of tones, and that's all juxtaposed with this matrix. And it is a matrix in some, it is more mottled in other, it is just very striations in some. In some it's just almost like a whisper of these elements and these veins. And I absolutely think it's unlike anything else. I personally believe we should have this in more often, and I say it every single time that this is on. It's one of my most loved gemstones. I really adore it. Every single one telling me a story, every single one offering me something that I can't think off the top of my head that I can get from any other gemstone. Okay, yes, I can get gentle, delicate pinks in certain stones. Some jaspers, I can get it in, can't I? In fact, I can get it in these kind of quartzes. I can get that colouring. I can get similar to it, and in fact, how nicely do they go together? I can get delicate pinks in there, sort of. Yes, okay, I can get matrices in things like my turquoise. Yes, okay, I can get this melting of colour in, say, in my ametrine. But none of those three gems offer me all of them at once. This does. This does offer me all three of those things that I like to look for in gems at once, because I love interest, I love story, I love myths, I love legends, I love tale, and this strand here and this gemstone gives it to me. And do you know what? This strand does it effortlessly because they are huge flat ovals. They're beautiful big flat ovals, which means you get more of that opportunity to see all of those really interesting colours. Well done to absolutely everybody who's got their hands on that. Well done to you all. It is not many of them left, funnily enough. I do have plenty in baskets though, so please do get those checked out when you get the opportunity. Well done everybody. The genuine rhodonite for just $6.95. Rude not to, I think. Well done everybody. What did you say, Number Puppet? Goodbye clearance. Bezel. Oh, way up. Same side, she said, didn't she? No, that's wrong. No, it's not right, is it? In the drawer. Let's have a look. Oh, no. No! Box number 8's my little crowns. Yeah. Nothing's in 22. Let's go for some crimp covers, shall we? These are crimp covers. And these are gold plated. Do you know how hard it is to get gold out of the ground? Imagine something that weighs a ton. You know, you're like, oh, that weighs a ton, and it doesn't, it's just a heavy shopping bag. Imagine something that actually does weigh a ton. We're talking small elephant here, aren't we? Think of something that weighs approximately a ton. Now imagine that in that ton's worth, only 1.1 grams of it is actually what you're looking for. That's what we have to do to get our hands on gold. You have got your gorgeous gold-plated 925 here, and it is real deal gold that we've got over the top of this, but that's the truth of the story. In some minds at the moment, we're going through a genuine tons worth of rough to get out just 1.1 grams worth of your genuine gold. It's a lot of work to go through, but it's worth it because we do get something ever so special. Don't forget as well, with gold, it's still said to be true that even if we collected all of the gold in the world, it would not fill a full Olympic-sized swimming pool. It just wouldn't, even if we collected all of the gold in the world, even still now to this day. And that's not going to change anytime quickly because it is a rarity and it is something that, you know, we can't get our hands on all the time, which makes it very prestigious and very special. I've got for you here 100 of them. Should be $17.95. Not today. We're rolling it down. You ready? £14.95 for 100 of these. Now, Jan, I know that you work with these, don't you?
I do. I love to finish off a piece. Again, the finish of a piece is really important, and these just enable you to do that professionally. And if I'm making a piece of jewellery that's sterling silver, you want to carry that through to all the components within that piece. And so having pieces like this is really, really important.
I'm going to mosey on over to you if that's all right.
Yeah. Okay.
If that's okay.
Of course it is.
I'm going to bring my tin whistle.
Yeah.
I'm joking, it's not really, that would be silly. This is Jewellery Maker Jan, not Music Maker. I'm over here with the lovely Jan, or Tweedledee as we're calling her today, because...
I've been called worse.
This is your bezel mandrel. Tell us about the bezel mandrel, please. It's square, by the way.
Square, it's great because you can obviously use it to make bezels. You can use it to make bails. You can use it to make square jump rings. You can use it to get an angle on a piece of wire that you're working with. So it's really, really useful for lots of things. And you'll find yourself when you get these mandrels that are, you know, you're reaching for them all the time because there's always going to be projects that you want to put that angle in. And the thing is, you can make really contemporary pieces as well with it. So you could make a complete pendant. Out of lots of squares. From one continuous piece of wire you can make lots and lots of squares and add in some gemstones. They're great. They're great piece of kit. And because they're metal as well, you can hammer onto them as well. So perfect.
Yeah. Stunning, isn't it? Now, lovely producer Dion said you could do us a bit of a demo on this.
Did she?
Yes, she did.
Well, that's what we'll do then, shall we?
Better add,
hadn't we?
Yeah, you know what she gets like.
Well, what I've got here, say no more. I've only got some 1 mil here, so we'll use that. What should we do? Let's go.
I don't mind. What do you fancy?
I don't know. Let's have a. Right, so it's as easy as hold. All you need to do is hold it on there.
Yeah.
And then give it a turn. And because it's graduated as well, it means you can, if you want to keep that same size, all you need to do is just move it down.
So you can keep whatever size you want.
Keep whatever size you want. But if we turn it around, we do something like this. Let's just do something quickly. Keep going with it. But that's how easy it is to create that sort of square shape. So now, I mean, I've done these, but just do a little bit more. Sorry. You'll see what I'm doing when I've finished. Hopefully. Right, so we make that square shape. You take those off, you can cut those, and then they're jump rings.
Genius.
Right, so there, we've cut that one.
Got some square jump rings there.
So over there, we've got square jump rings.
Oh, fantabulous. Look at that.
Okey-doke. But then, I've actually cut it off now, haven't I? But if you do a longer section, sorry. Oh dear, Jan.
What are you like?
And the thing is as well, if you want that sharper angle, while it's on there, you can get your pliers and you can sort of squidge it in.
Could I hammer it as well, couldn't I?
You can hammer it, yeah. So you can hammer it. So if you do a long section of it, if you can see that, that's already started to give a bit of a twist to it.
Oh, yeah.
So it gives, you can get a nice twist on that. Actually, it's going the other way. Sorry. So you can get a nice twist so you can make pendants, or you can use that and you can stretch that out. If we pull that out.
Oh, I like that, Jan.
Look at that. There's lots of things that you can do that you don't know until you start playing with it.
No, you're right.
To be honest.
No, you're right.
So for me, I mean, you can make flowers with that sort of square pattern.
Yeah.
Or you could sort of stretch those out.
Oh, they'd be funky.
So you can make pendants, you drop gemstones in there. If you do a pendant, we do a quick, I've got time just so I can do a little quick pendant.
Of course you do. $6.95 for you today for this tool. You can hammer onto it, you can shape with it, you can bail with it, you can make with it. Could you bake with it? Who knows? But you could definitely do loads of other things. $6.95 for you today.
So if you've made a pendant, so you've got your pendant then, and you've got your 2 pieces of wire there, you can make lovely bails with it. Really nice, sort of shaped bails. So you get that. You can just add lots and lots of different elements to your design, couldn't you? So you can have that, and if you've got some of the chunky cords, you could use it for the chunky cords, but you get that nice angle on it as well. I haven't got a square one, I want it.
Yeah.
I want it.
I can see because you're not even stopping now.
I can't help it, though, that's the thing. Once you get into it, it's great. Yeah. Yeah, and like I say, once you start using it, you'll find loads and loads of uses for it.
Fab. Thank you for showing us that, Jan.
I should play with this now.
All right. Don't forget about your challenge, though. That's not part of your challenge.
Could have been though, couldn't it? It's too late now.
There's an extension lead there, Jan. Don't stand on it, my love. Hello, everybody. Okie pokely. I've got treats to continue. Do you feel like having some 925? Do you fancy it? Okay, go on then. Got for you. Hey up. Oh, these are... Oh... 8 in total. 4 pairs of earrings. Limited stock opportunity, less than 60 available. Get in on the phone lines whilst you can, because these are your silver fancies. You've got 925 sterling silver here with that beautiful mottled effect to the surface of these, which gives you this really, really stunning, highly modern matte look. It means they're not overimposing, they're not over the top high shine. Do you want a pair of earrings that you could just fling on in the morning, wear all day, and you feel happy? You feel happy when you fling on your pair of earrings in the morning. You know, you pop on your pair of earrings to you know, get the kids ready and up for school. You keep your pair of earrings on to do the weekly shop. You keep your earrings on to go to work. You keep your earrings on, you know, for maybe that nice quick meal you're having out with your friends, loved ones and family. Do you want to be able to have the same pair of earrings on that take you through all of those stages? If you do, well, you're in the right piece, because these ones absolutely do. What I've got here is I've got 2 pairs that have the loop bottom on like this, and I have 2 pairs that have the half drilled bottom section on like this. So great if you've got half drilled pearls already, if you've got 2 pairs of those, and also great if you don't, you just want a really nice drop to add to these. Your price point today for the 4 pairs, £14.95 for you today. And don't forget, you've got here the 925, and you've got those beautiful backs as well, look. One with the half drill for your half drill pearls, and one with just the loops at the bottom. That means per pair you're looking at around about £3.74. What do you think of that, Jan?
That's amazing, isn't it? Absolutely. And they're really beautiful. I've worked with these before.
Yeah.
They're really lovely. And all you need to do is, well, you can wear them as they are, because they're just really, really pretty. Or you could just add one single gemstone. I mean, you could actually take that bottom section off and use that as a bail on its own, couldn't you?
Of course you could. Oh, aye. Of course you could.
Great. Perfect.
Perfect.
And there you've got like a pendant and earrings, haven't you, really?
Yeah. And these are easy to make a pendant from, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, all you need to do is get you don't even have to use a half drilled, if you haven't got any half drilled pearls or gemstones, use a drilled pearl, put that on, and then maybe pop in the end of a head pin, a ball head pin at the bottom of it, just to finish that off. So you know, you don't have to have half drilled stones.
No, of course not.
Beautiful.
Of course not.
Lovely.
$14.95 for you today. Come on in, get them whilst you can. It's a fab price point. Well done, everybody. Okie pokely. I've also got for you now some more treats. I've got some toggle clasps. Oh, these are big chunky monkeys. What do you like about a nice statement clasp, if it's not too rude to ask, John?
Well, obviously it depends what you're working with. But these sort of clasps, for me, that'd be a feature at the front of a piece. I'd probably do an isometric design and have that as a design, you know, sort of sitting on the side. Yeah, really lovely. Adds such a lot to a design, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And what do you think a clasp will say to someone like this?
Again, it's all about the finishing, isn't it? It's the quality, because you can make a piece of jewellery, but if the quality of the clasp isn't of the same high standard as the gemstones that you're working with, then it just spoils it, doesn't it? So this, for me, means that, you know, you sort of, you know, the pieces that you're making warrant this sort of quality of clasp. So, you know, you've put thought into it, so it's really important.
Yeah, it is. It is so important. You've got 10 of these in total, and they are going to give a really nice statement section. They're also going to give you something to really draw the eye to. They don't need to be hidden, if we said, unless you've got, say, a cute little sort of pixie haircut, then maybe you could. You've got your toggle clasps today, 10 in total, your price point. Just £8.95. What do you think of that for 10? Working out about 80-something p per one.
That's brilliant, isn't it? Because it means you can add that quality and that design to a piece for that little money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Sensational, really, isn't
it? And that detail in them is just stunning, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
really
it's almost like, you know when you gizmo coil a gizmo coil?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks great.
Gives that effect. So it's got that nice texture to it. It's got a bit of an oomph about it, hasn't it, Jo?
It has. It'd look great in nautical pieces, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, if you've got some, you know, more brilliant. Yeah, I really like this.
Absolutely.
You could just use it as a pendant as well, couldn't you? Use it if you're going to make a tassel. You could use that as a pendant and then hang the tassel from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
You could do it as a clasp, obviously, just for a lariat style, couldn't you? With your gemstones coming through here and kind of bunched up so that you can readjust the size of your necklace and have that at the front. It'd be really pretty design, do you think?
It would. So there's lots of things you can do with it to make it a feature of your design.
Yeah. Fab, isn't it? Now there is about a 40-second queue of people on the phones right now, but you can see they link together just beautifully, don't they? You could do these in, don't forget you can bake these in your polymer. I always like the idea because you can inlay pictures into polymer. I'm not sure if you knew that, but we have actually done a show about it before. One of the first shows I did actually with Debbie Wolford. But what you can do is you can put in polymer clay in here. You can put a photo over the top of it if you get t-shirt fabric and things like that. And then you can bake them like that. Bake them like that to have a really gorgeous look, to have a really gorgeous effect, and have it almost as photo frame metals if you wanted to. $8.95 for you today. It's fab, isn't it?
It's great. I mean, like you say, to use that as a bezel, to put your polymer clay in and things is just perfect. But yeah, they're great, and they're nice chunky size as well, but without being too overbearing, so they wouldn't overshadow your design. They just complement it, wouldn't they?
Complement it beautifully. And speaking of complementary, these colours. Do you remember that gorgeous bubble necklace we had on earlier? These in that design.
Beautiful.
Fab, wouldn't they?
Stunning. Aren't they pretty together?
So complementary.
Yeah,
you've got those sunshine tones, you've got that kind of beautiful, delicate green tone of kind of the meadows. You've got those sandy tones in there as well. They are sensational, and the fact that these are all genuine pearls makes it even more spectacular. These, ladies and gentlemen, I know they look smooth, I know they look perfect, but, and when we see smooth, perfect pearls, a lot of the time we will think, oh, they're shell. These are actually real deal cultured pearls. That means that you've got something with high-end prestige. You've got something that is so pretty to work with. You've got something that is just working spectacularly well together to give you those uplifting feels. You know, The weather hasn't been what it usually is at this time of year, and that can be a bit, when's summer happening? But do you know what? When you make yourself something with beautiful and bold colours like this, you can't help but walk a little bit taller, have a little bit more of a spring in your step, because they do, they're happiness colours, they're colours of happiness and delight in this time of year, and you know, things to come, and it's a beautiful palette to have anywhere in our collection. And what I love about this palette in particular, it is a nice colour palette with beautiful tones that we see, but none of them are completely over the top, are they? None of them are acidic or neon or brash or crass. They've all got this beautiful kind of padded lounge tone, this beautiful palette of gentleness, which just works exceptionally well. This is your pearl trio today. They're all 6x5, they're all real deal cultured pearls, and the price point, just £16.95 to get your hands on these ones today. What do you think of that? It's working out about £5.65 strand, by the way.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Excuse me. The colours are beautiful. Like you say, for bridesmaids, they would be perfect. For your vintage designs, they're gorgeous because they've got that vintage look to them. Yeah, they're just gorgeous. They're like pretty little bracelets, simple necklaces. Yeah. Yeah, love them. They're gorgeous.
Just fantastic, aren't they?
There's nothing to not like about them.
No. They're really, really special, really, really eye-catching, really something that actually, you know, we need to see the quality in there. And this is quality, it is smooth, it does look perfect to the eye, I believe. And at that price point, it is less than our £6.95 cut-off. Way less, in fact. £16.95 to get your hands on 3 genuine, real deal cultured pearls here today. Well done to you all. Now, I've got another quick treat for you now, and these are crimps. Now, I know that you love and adore crimps.
I do.
Tell us why, for you, they are so essential, please, Jam.
Well, crimps are an essential in sort of your jewellery making. For me, if I'm making a necklace, a crimp is the mechanic to sort of hold that piece together, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's an for me, it's an essential, but also it can be part of the design as well. So you can make sort of full bracelets with your crimp beads. Use them as spacers because you've got that. If you just want to add that silver element to a design, yeah, they're just great. For me, they're an essential part of my process. Yeah. But also can be then taken further into the design process.
Definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you did get your early bird, the pearl knotting tool, but if you didn't manage to get that, you can give a really nice contemporary look to thing like pearls by just adding one of these in between each one, can't you?
Yeah, and I mean, I've seen bracelets where they've been like Eslon thread and then just a few of these at the front of a bracelet, and they look really, really pretty. Yeah. So you can make the crimp bead itself the feature of a design.
Absolutely. Your price point today for crimp it, £6.95. And wait, if I show you this, look, see how massive amount that is. That's a singular layer. Look how far it goes. But guess what? That's only half of it. There's more. There's more. Look at that now. That is a huge amount, isn't it? Isn't that astonishing? Look, we've got 1,970 pieces for £6.95.
Wow.
That feels so nice to say.
I mean, if you're going to use them just as the mechanic to hold them together, you know, then they're going to go a long, long way, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, you need 2 for a necklace.
Well, yeah.
You know, so, yeah, they're going to keep you going for a while.
It's less. Well, isn't it less than half a penny per one? Well, it is, isn't it? It's less than half a penny per one.
Yeah. Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it?
It's 0.03 of a penny. So not 0.5 of a penny. It's less than that.
That's amazing. And like you say, for me, an essential.
Yeah.
So get them, you know, when you can get them at that price for that many.
Yeah. Get them whilst you can.
Yeah.
Use them for your crimps. Use them to add your clasps on. Use them as spacers. Use them as a way of making something modern. Use them as a way even to make certain things look very traditional. Use them for gents jewellery. Use them for female jewellery. Use them for everything.
Yeah.
Use them with wire. Use them with your go, Tweedledee.
What?
I've said use them with wire. Use them with
Eslon.
Use them with metal sheets.
Use them on memory wire.
Use them with polymer.
Use them in lots of things.
Good,
Everything.
good. Yeah, icing on the cake that was then.
Wasn't it?
Use them with everything. Resin, polymer, jewel enamel, wire work. Use them with macrame, use them with kumihimo. Use them with paracord even.
Yeah, you're going to use them with lots and lots of different mediums.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're just brilliant. I mean, just on some beading thread with a little clasp, just those as like a liquid silver bracelet.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Look fab, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Well done, everybody, working out less than half a penny per one. It's just astonishing. Crimp it, 1,970 for just £6.95. I mean, it's wonderful, isn't it? It really, really is. Well done, everybody. Well done, everybody. £6.95 for you today. Good work, all. VLGC, Tenchi code. Get it in and check it out because I've only got 60-ish left. Okie got for you now a perfect pairing, which I think you're all going to adore. We're doing the chain first, yeah? Look at this chain. I brought this to you earlier. I don't have many left though, at all. We took this to a really naughty price because I had so many. I think I've got about 100 left. About 150 left. I started off with 500 of these. I've got about 150 left. I started off with 500, so a massive amount of this stock gone. It is a stunning chain that I brought to you here with a really lovely high shine effect. I love that you've got the clasp and the extender already attached to it. And can you see how you get those kind of pings of the colour, not just from the loops, but you also get it on those big barrel sections too, giving you that really nice high shine light back. It is £7.95 for that, and I do have a bail that would look lovely with it as well. Really sensational pairing. If I just hold this up, this is coming up to you in a second, but they work nicely together, don't they? Don't you think they work beautifully? These are the leaves or feathers, depending on your point of view, and these just work really beautifully on top of there, don't they? I love this 16-inch necklace that we've got, and it has got that fancy silver neckline detail. If I hold it out for you, you'll be able to see as I move it that actually each of these barrels has its own texture, so you get that lovely light that cascades not just onto each of the individual links, but also kind of envelops itself around those beautiful big barrels to give it a really nice high shine detail effect. Can you see all of that? Oh, it's sensational, isn't it? All of that for £7.95 is just astonishing, and yes, it is real deal £9.25 for you today as well. So do get your hands on that whilst you can, because it's done and dusted for you. You know, you might not even be a jewellery maker. You might just enjoy watching, and you might just enjoy seeing ready done pieces like this. Well, this is a ready done piece. The necklace is there with that beautiful chain. You've got your extender. You've got your cord as well. It says that it's £9.25 just on this section here, so people know it is the real deal £9.25. And also, you've got those beautiful leaves as well. The leaves, by the way, at the bottom of your screen, and those are £6.95. You don't just get one, you got 3 of those as well. So do feel free to treat yourself to those. You are still coming through for this. Dion's saying she's just leaving it where it is. I started off with 500 and at £7.95. I'm not surprised. I've got about 100 left now. About 100 left now. £7.95 for you. Well done, everybody. Right, Jan. 37 in baskets of that chain I've got. Check it out. As Dale Winton used to say on...
Oh, I can't remember.
Check it out.
Don't know.
Check it out.
Hasn't got that.
Where do you go to a checkout?
Supermarket sweep.
Yes! Well done, Jan.
Got there in the end.
Got there in the end. Jan, what a lovely collection you've created with those stunning pearls I gave you.
They're just lush, aren't they? The pearls are beautiful.
Can you believe
stunning.
17 mil those pearls were in areas? Can you believe it?
Wow. So I made one pendant, one pearl, makes a pendant.
Yeah.
Loved it. And then I just threaded them together, the pink pearls and the large pearls. Did some rosary links.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just loved them.
Fab, aren't they?
Loved them.
That was the pearls that we had on there, and that's for the duo. You had the white pearls and those pink ones as well. The big ones did sell out. Jan, thank you as always
welcome.
for a regal day, love.
I had a great time.
Oh, me too. When are we seeing you next, please?
What day is it today? Wednesday?
It's Wednesday all day.
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Morning, mid, night?
Morning. It's Sister's Day on Sunday, so my baby sister's here with me.
No!
She's on the Sunday experience.
Oh, that's going to be fab.
Yes. So I'll introduce my baby sister.
Yay, we get to see your baby sister. I can't wait. Thank you very much for today. Okie pokely, everybody. Thank you for joining us all day. Tomorrow, I've got a serious treat for you and a very special strand. Stay tuned. I'll see you soon.